button, and that button stopped the stream. So, okay, so we're going to jump right into Pyrolama and Catharsis, or Qtharsis. They're currently at 2-2. We were watching Racino and Recurring for a quick sec prior to me pressing the stupid button. So let's see if we can jump in to Catharsis, who'll be speccing first for the casters, and Pyrolama would be at the top of the screen for our viewers.
Right back in the game. We've got the Warrior versus the Warlock.
What a funny theme to follow.
The name of the game.
Yeah, all the W heroes are just doing so well. Warlock, Warrior, Whizbang.
It looks to
So
me
we
as
do
though
see-
we're on the back end here as well.
Mm-hmm.
2-2 with the game about to end.
Yeah, I did see the Wheel of Death is active, has been ticking down. This is a good spot for Pyrolama with the Wheel of Death active. We've got Reno in hand active. The Loken isn't going to do much, but 2 Twisting Nethers will at least clear any threats, but I don't think that's what the Warrior's trying to do. I think that might just be game.
They're giving up the taunt for the life gain, huh?
It is good to note the Warrior has not played Odin, so I don't know if they're going to have enough time to play Odin and actually burn them out.
No, just trying to keep their health total up. They might. Catharsis might have a way here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's. They're gonna fatigue for 3. Reno heal them up to.
And then Reno goes up for 5. So
You're
minus
gonna
4.
see the armor.
That should be it.
Not the armor gain.
One turn off.
Oh, crazy. And now Odin swing for 5 million.
Let's just do it. Play them all.
Yeah, let's see. Come on.
Well done, Catharsis.
Good
Getting
job,
the win there,
Catharsis.
just in the nick of time.
Very, very close, though. Grounding for any life they could find there.
Cool. So that was game 5 with their Warrior defeating the Warlock for Pyrolama. So
right on.
So I think we're going to wait for MMW and DSSC. We'll do a draw real quick since we're in the second round.
Yeah, they're just wrapping up their last game.
Yeah, so we can just kind of jump into it right for the prize, so we can roll into round 2. I'm just going to ping the players in a sec after we do the wheel. Just got to double check the names. Copy. Halo. Hey, Chuck. Don't know who that guy is. He's a teammate in THL as well as he used to handle, or maybe still handles VS stuff. So great player.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so we are pretty much good to go. I think one more name on there that I see that's an actual person and not a bot.
Do you see Heron CC on there?
I do, yep. And I'm going to go 2 more people just in case. And where'd the other one go? Cool. Oh, and my buddy Yachtster just slid in there just like a fellow Nova Scotian. Okay, so we're ready. I'm going to spin this wheel real quick.
Will you show us?
Oh yeah. There. Sorry, it's going to land as soon as the workaday gets to announce the player. You see it?
Woohoo! We got ourselves a winner. Esepe Trays 1. Esepe Trays 1. Congratulations, you are the winner.
I think is it possible it's Esepetres? Or Esepetres? I don't know.
Let's go with that.
I imagine we've got some Latino people in our community because of the Tierra del Fuego community, yeah. So I wonder if they're
for
part
sure.
of that.
Yeah. Congratulations, Esepetres 1. Because you're going to take your game to the next level with your free month of HS Replay.
All right. So we are about 90 or 180 seconds to we're 10 minutes from going from live, if that makes sense. We're on 10-minute delay, folks, so that's why I'm kind of trying to communicate very badly about what's going on. All right, so I'm doing a quick refresh on our bracket. Still no change in the MMW DSSC. So let's join them real quick to see what's going on.
Yeah, let's see what's going on.
So DSCC is first to spectate for the casters with MMW at the top.
I wonder if we join this game, if it's going to be a warrior versus a warlock about to get swung down to death. Oh, close. We were close.
We're looking at it pretty.
The paladin in a pretty dominant looking position, but let's see.
What can Warlock do?
Drain soul, gain some life. The Reno is online now. That was pretty crucial, that bracking.
Reno coming down here.
The recent changes to the auras let you play 2 of the same aura now. So that salesman was looking pretty buff for a second. One of them's worn off. How do you feel about that change, Hustle? Are you happy with that change, that you can have a deputization aura, pump someone up by 6 and hit you in the face?
Yeah, I quite like it. I haven't really run into many situations where people have tried getting a ton of those up at the same time, but if you're in a position where you have one up and the best play is to get a second one up, they've got that new aura that drops a 6/6 or a 6 cost minion at the end of every turn, and so I see those two things looking very compatible and not quite as redundant as with some of the other auras that just buff your minions. So I'm interested to see how it works out. It hasn't looked like it's a overpowered adjustment that they made to that. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. I'm still on the fence. I think they also printed the card that makes your auras last a turn longer. So
That's right.
there are a lot of like interesting interactions with how attack values are calculated. So with the Ziliax, for example, you double your attack at the start of your turn. It will use the aura value. So you might have
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, you might have a 10 cost Ziliax doubling into 20, give it Wind Fury and Divine Shield, and all of a sudden that's game. So I haven't seen it played enough yet, but I'm a bit cautious about it.
Excited to see if people are able to make an aura paladin viable. In the context of this hand buff paladin, though, I'm not seeing rooms for a lot more paladin builds until we figure out a way to deal with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this might need to get toned down a little bit.
Lots of pressure here, though, from MMW, and I'm not sure. Well, between the lifesteal and the taunt, that may be enough to stall for the time being.
Symphony could be really powerful if it's deal 6. Is it deal 6 with lifesteal to all characters, or is that deal 6 to the hero with lifesteal?
It's deal 6. Well, there's deal 6 to the hero with lifesteal, and then there's one that's deal 6 to all characters that's no lifesteal, but that would wipe out their own board as well, and also deal 6 to their own health. But giving a random minion on your board +6/+6, that might be kind of helpful in this situation.
Yeah. Yeah, you could play a giant Doomkin.
Yeah. Then able to make another body like that. Pretty good. Gotta move fast. Looks like they're gonna get it off. Yeah, great discovery there off the Symphony of Sins to find a way out of that pressure, and now in control of the board again.
Yeah. With those auras, you can't even leave a 1/1 because they are a giant threat for Paladin.
Absolutely, especially with Shroomskavate. The threat of any minion having Wind Fury and Divine Shield. Scary.
Yeah, interesting that they put that on one card, and it's not a legendary spell. But people like playing with powerful stuff. I get it.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about strong cards, and if we need to tune some down here and there, then that's fine by me. We can have fun for a week until nerfs come.
For sure. Yeah. Fun for a week. I don't know if you tried the week before expansion when they reverted all the nerfs. That was something.
Yeah, that's a fun time of year when they're just like, all right, everything's crazy again for a week. Have fun. Let loose.
Yeah. They're like, go ahead, play Renathal Druid with 40 cards, 40 health.
Lumilia able to clear the board on the backswing here, so we're back sort of to parity for a little bit, but Dark Alley Pact plus the portal gonna just bring this board right back, and MMW looking like they're stabilizing here.
Yeah, that life total is still quite scary though for them. But as long as they can keep everything off the board, I don't see a way where they can die from just the things in their hand. They haven't buffed anything. Wouldn't be able to play Leroy plus Outfit Taylor plus Shroomskavate, so... Wow. One card left in the deck. Is that Leroy? We joined this game late, so I'm not sure what we missed.
Yeah, I also am not sure, and I don't have a view of DSCC's hands, unfortunately, so
It was
I'm not sure
Leroy,
what they've
in
got
fact.
remaining, but
There's a
that's pretty unlucky.
Shroomskavate. Yeah, Shroomskavate, Leroy, and Outfit Taylor. Looking like it's not going to be enough. Oh, wow. That was really well played by MMW.
Yeah, a lot of strong counterplay to deny a very powerful deck the stuff that they do really well, and so I think that MMW moves on to round 3. Congratulations.
Well played.
Yeah. Well played indeed. I want to apologize to our viewers out there for the little bit of mix-up on the switchover, as well as some of the graphics are not proper. Just stuff happens. So.
All good. Welcome back, everyone.
So that leaves us with Catharsis up against Nobody. So that's the first match we're going to see. And Racino and MMW. So will be the second match we'll see. So we'll just we'll jump into the.
And this is our top 4, right?
This is our top 4, yes. So I'm going to change the graphic
four.
up here.
Do we want to...
so all of these people get surprised.
Saku, we got some prizes for top 4? Or?
We'll do that after round 3 ends. But if you guys want to give a shout out to HS Replay while we're transitioning.
Yeah, I'd love to. HS Replay is an incredible website for any person trying to improve their Hearthstone game or even just play well. It's an awesome website to review analytics and check out cool deck ideas. They're joining us in celebration of Hearthstone's 10-year anniversary to offer 1 month of hsreplay.net Premium to reviewing audience. So we're excited to run this giveaway, and thank you very much for the gift, HS Replay.
And Hustle, did you know that for a limited time, you can get 25% off the 6-month bundle subscription for access to everything at HS Replay?
Say,
I just learned about that, and that sounds like a fine offer. And check it out at
that sounds like a great deal.
Yeah. Sales and discounts. Why not? Celebrate 10 years of Hearthstone by saving money and playing better than ever.
Ad copy aside, I will say I am a subscriber to hsreplay.net, and I never even think about it. I find the tool set so useful. I use it all the time. And so if you're a person who's on the fence, you wonder if could it actually be, that helpful, or is the free version just fine? Pick it for me. I love it. I wouldn't go back. So for whatever that's worth.
That's awesome. I feel like I should get it, but I said this yesterday and got laughed at by Saku, but I play mostly on a Mac, and when I don't, I'm on an iPad, so I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work properly, but I should try it out.
Are you thinking about the overlay? I also actually play on a Mac.
Oh, no way. And you
Should I end the stream now? Should I
I
just end the stream now with
Hey.
two Mac users? I'm sandwiched between new Mac users.
yeah, I mean, open your mind, Sakura.
No, I think we know that it's not ideal, but we have, these for other reasons, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, it still works.
What's
But you don't have any issues actually running the... Is it with HS Tracker that you run it on Mac?
HS Deck Tracker, I think, is the HS Replay overlay to help you kind of track your deck and plays and stuff like that. Yeah, and in general, I don't have really any issues with it. Every once in a while, there may be a bug, but I think that's probably true of most software, most things. And they're very quick to keep, their software current. There's always, an update that addresses recent patches, recent, changes to the game and even to their user interface. So I quite like it. And whatever hiccups I run into with it in the past, they usually are resolved pretty quickly. So I use it all the time.
That's awesome. Check it out.
And even if you don't like the overlay, even if that's not the way you like to play, the website's just statistics are a really helpful way of maxing out your margins on a certain deck, seeing what cards people might be overlooking in an archetype, seeing what the best decks for climbing are, against the field. They have popularity rankings for all the decks. It's a really robust tool set. So even if you don't think you might use the overlay for this reason or that reason, it's still lots of great resources there on that website.
Yeah, very cool.
HSReplay.net.
Check it out. Never been a better time. Check it out. Awesome. For our next game, Saku, do you think we would want to do Racino versus MMW? Because we just only caught the end of that MMW game.
We're going to do Catharsis and Nobody or Parawalks first, just because they've been waiting with MMW just finishing up his match there. We'll just jump into this one. So congrats to the top four. So that's Catharsis up against Nobody and MMW up against the current champ. So in Racino. Will Racino keep their trophy? That's the question. That is the question. Okay, just want to make sure I got everything else right. So just told the players a few minutes ago just that we'll get them going in a couple minutes, which gives me time to make sure I get all my ducks in a row, which I do not yet. Wonder where that all came from. Like how did the term ducks in a row? Was that because of little duckies just quacking along?
They follow their mommy duck around in a little line. I'm sure you got all your little ducks behind you.
Duck around and find out. That's what they're trying to say.
That's it. I think get your shit together was too lewd for the elementary school classrooms, so they had to.
Yeah, I suppose dropping F-bombs in primary is probably not too good. So
yeah. Wait till secondary.
Yeah. They'll learn it all by then. So, all right. So I'm gonna let the players get going. Can start their bans. What do you think is going to get banned? Warrior or Paladin? They both got Warrior. They both got Paladin.
Yeah, it looks
and they both got Warlock.
I'm not sure if I'm
looks like they both banned Paladin, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like bans came through.
Not yet.
They hate Paladin. No?
Everybody hating on Paladin. I think I see it on the Battle of the Discords. Or the Battlefly. It's going to be Tharsis with the Hunter, Warlock, and Warrior, and Nobody with the Hunter, Warlock, and Mage. So, sorry, not Hunter. Warrior, Mage, and Warlock.
That Mage making it through. Very exciting.
Happy?
Yeah. We know what that Mage can do against Warrior now, so I'm excited for that match.
Okay. Again, I want to apologize to our viewers for me making a boo-boo. My window that I use to change classes is right over the end stream button, and as I double-clicked, the stream stopped. So
Ain't that just the way?
Yep. But thankfully, it was right at the end of that game between Stinzy and who was Stinzy playing? Stinzy was playing
Nobody,
nobody.
I think.
Yeah, so that was right at the finish. So that was good timing, I guess. If I was going to do it any other time, that's a good time. All right, so players are in game, so nobody is what we're going to spec first for our casters, and which will be putting Catharsis for our viewers on the top of the screen.
Let's do it.
But nobody bringing the warrior against Catharsis, bringing the warlock.
I think I've seen this one.
Yeah, it seems like a replay, huh?
An HS replay?
Oh.
Yeah, that's another excellent feature on hsreplay.net is you can review your replays and learn from the mistakes you made. In any case,
Wow.
back to the present.
Will it fix my Streamlabs issue? No.
No. That's human error. Sorry. That's Streamlabs error. Take it back, Zach.
Okay.
Yeah, how dare you? How dare you insult Saku?
So rude.
How dare you? Just kidding. We're all friends here, folks.
Yeah.
The warrior. Wow, slow start for both. Just, seems like a second half of the game kind of matchup. Both players sort of working towards a very strong end game, but this early mid game here for Catharsis, you've got the forge into the remover.
Yeah, that's
pretty
gonna be
powerful
solid.
turn 4 play.
Solid turn 4 coming up from Catharsis, and the warrior. Nobody's just gonna be looking for their key cards. Probably gonna be armoring up, playing the stone skin, depending on what comes down on Catharsis' side.
Going with the Ziliax.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap Ziliax that doubles its attack each turn. And coming down so early, that is pretty threatening, but answers in hand for nobody.
Yeah, looks like they're gonna gain the armor for free. And then are we looking at just drawing? Not enough armor to take any of these Ziliax, or Ziliax and its inferior twin. I think really the main threat is the Ziliax. If they have the resources to take out the 5/7, they can, but being a warrior, they might just leave it. Oh, that's a good one, but could shield slam their own armor and coin out the Blade Storm to deal with the whole board.
Yeah, that's an interesting line.
Mm-hmm.
They found it too.
There you go. Kill those 5/7s. But the awkward thing is, there is always another 5/7 waiting to come out.
Sure is. And that was a pretty
turn.
early need to use those control tools. So we'll see if we're able to follow that up sustainably throughout the course of the game as Catharsis continues to put this pressure on. They've got lots of ways of doing that right now.
Mm-hmm. And the 7 health is actually a really awkward number here because they do have 6 armor that they could sanitize, but that will leave them alive with 1. Still 1 turn away from the trial by fire, which I think the earliest chance to swing some of that tempo, take over the board, they're going to want to play that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a difficult choice to make between your willingness to burn cards from the bottom and your willingness to play maybe a slower card here with the Crazed Conductor, and they do opt for that in the end to get 1/3/3 with the 3/4.
Yeah, especially if there aren't many sludges on the bottom of your deck, it can be awkward to just burn good cards. Oh, there's the Odin, and it's a big one.
Yeah, great to get that. Not, have it waiting there at the bottom. That makes this Rifts package particularly interesting because of the tutors on minions. Makes it a little easier to find Odin.
Yeah, can definitely deal with this armor right here too. Well, looks like they're gonna hold. Oh no, it is coming down. The Trog is gonna. Oh, never mind. I've never been so wrong in one play in my life. But that Trog
Deciding
can
to
just.
make some 6/6s.
Yeah, the Trog can do so much more as you go further down the game. Just throwing 10 damage at a warrior's face can make the difference between them having armor and not, so holding it for a bit more of an impactful play.
Yeah, and getting these 6/6s down sort of forces the opponent to have another Blade Storm or some other, sanitize could be helpful here if they're able to find the armor, into it. But they're gonna use a trial by fire.
Yep. Taking out the big threats because the 6/6 will drop back to a 3/3 at the end of its turn.
And hold the charge on the weapon. Having been able to play that first conductor earlier makes this one a bit better, and now the gem tosser does come down. But turn 7 makes sanitize very clean.
There's that safety goggles. Not necessary here, but for the next sanitize, going to be very useful, or enabling all kinds of armor shenanigans for free. Seems pretty good.
Seems pretty good. And now Catharsis, seeing that next turn is Odin turn, needs to get some pressure here to make it difficult for nobody to commit to that. They've got some tools to do that, but it will burn the bottom of their deck.
Yeah. I feel like Warrior on turn 8 with Odin in hand can get a little bit of tunnel vision, and regardless of how scary that board looks, you almost want to get that Odin out, but this might be a bit too much. I wonder if there's
that's certainly the judgment, right? Is, can I withstand this pressure to get Odin down now? And if I can, then I probably win. But if I can't, and they're making that gamble.
They're going for it, yeah, because now they have to deal with this 11. There's no sludges on the bottom of the deck, so that waste remover is just causing more harm than good.
I'm only counting 19 from Catharsis' side. So they may need to deal with this Odin and then figure out a way to stack their life back up or find a taunt minion. It doesn't look like I see very many outs for the Warlock here.
You might just have to tap.
It's not particularly helpful. You could draw too, but only with only 4 mana left after that.
Yeah, you would be looking for Popgar, but even then, you only have 1 mana, or no mana after you Furnace Fuel. Not looking like there's an easy way to get back here.
Getting the well played from Catharsis, they know.
Yeah.
They know that unless their opponent has no armor gain in their hand,
the odds of that are below 0.
Yeah, very unlikely. So game 1 going to nobody. On to game 2.
Warrior across the line. Might be one of the last Warrior games we see today. Well, I guess Catharsis also has a warrior. The remaining decks on nobody's side are that mage and warlock. Wondering if Hunter might be the next choice for Catharsis. I feel like Hunter would struggle with the warrior, but the warrior through now might just bowl over the warlock and the mage.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the mage hunter would be a matchup nobody would prefer to avoid if possible. So they may opt for the warlock here.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we got the mirror.
Oh boy. Sludge versus wheel. Let's see it.
Now, I'm not an expert on the mulligans for either of these, but I suspect that we'll see most of these cards head back into the deck.
Yeah, I think that's a safe guess. You're probably looking for your salesmans on the sludge side, baritone imps. On the wheel side, are you really just looking for your wheel? I think you would probably die
and I
if
suppose
you were, but
yeah, I suppose you will probably want some of the the synergistic cards that support having no cards in your deck. But I don't know. I haven't had a chance to play this at all.
yeah. Well, we're gonna see some wheel action if anybody lives to that time. But this is a pretty
the mulligans really restored their hands today, so better.
This is a rock solid hand from nobody. They probably wouldn't want to coin out the Mortal Eradication, but they could play it the following turn. Oh, interesting.
Go for the Hellfire instead for the healing and the board clear. Makes dropping Forge of Wills a little bit safer next turn.
Yeah, Forge of Wills into Imposing Anubisath is Death's Kiss. Great play. But we'll see.
Certainly a great curve.
We'll see what kind of pressure Catharsis can keep them from doing that if possible. But it doesn't look like there's anything they can play this turn that will stop that play line.
I agree. It looks like there's a bit of a choice here between forging that 4-cost minion and drawing in more into your deck.
Yeah, I could see the forge and just play the 1-drop because that 6/8 on turn 4 is pretty powerful, especially without any drawbacks.
That's right, and with nothing in hand to take advantage of like the discard synergies, it may be worth just doing that and not worrying about it too much.
Yep. No sludge, no fuel. We forge.
And besides, that 6/8 stat line, as we're about to see right now, does make this Imposing Anubisath play a little more awkward because they can't quite get past that without a little bit extra.
So true. Anubisath was so last year. The Gloomstone Guardian is 3008.
That's where it's at.
And yeah, Anubisath is 2000 and late for sure.
For sure. Yeah, and wisely not attacking into it, keeping these health totals high on these two minions makes this a bit of a challenge for Catharsis instead.
Yeah, and Catharsis has if I'm not mistaken, the Ziliax that doubles in health, 5/7, so pretty well protected behind that brick wall, 6/8.
That's right. I wonder if we'll just see them not attacking to each other for a little while until it becomes absolutely necessary. Neither player with great removal tools in hand for the current state of the board.
Nope, nobody's only got removal of his own deck, or their own deck. Okay. We got some action.
Yep, starting to trigger some of these fatigue effects and just making a little bit wider of a board.
Mm-hmm. Catharsis is probably realizing can't really lay back in this matchup and brick wall. You really got to push some damage because they are going to end the game with that wheel.
Yeah, I've got to keep the pressure on, and this defile off of the draw helpful at getting past this taunt. They're not going to wait to break the first weapon. Just go ahead and use their mana on it right now.
Mm-hmm.
And force their opponent to deal with the 7/5.
Yeah, that Ziliax. I'd love to see that Ziliax double in attack at some point today.
Has it? We haven't quite gotten to see it go up. No one's let it sit there long enough, huh?
Yeah, it's too scary.
Too big of a threat. Well, able to deal with the 7/1 here, deciding to run their 3/2 into it rather than a rush minion. And Doomkin shooting them up to their Wheel of Death turn, but not very many cards in hand to help them sustain it, except for Sargeras.
Sargeras might be powerful enough to get them over the line, though. Just that every turn value, 3/4 taunts, soaking up those sludges, seems like a pretty good answer to what Catharsis is trying to do.
That's true.
But they're going to have to deal with these scary monsters first.
Yeah. Dark Alley Pact, but the hand not so big. Man, this is a tricky position if you're nobody. I wonder if you just rip it.
I think I would probably just rip Wheel of Death and then pray that there's nothing so insane in their hand, because we've seen that the sludges are pretty much gone from their deck. They've got 10 on board, but there is the threat of that Popgar coming in throwing 8 more, so it's not quite lethal. Getting pretty close.
Yeah, but outside of that, maybe you Dark Alley Pact into a draw, I'm not sure. It's a little tricky, and they're running out of time.
Yeah.
They're going to go for it. I love it.
That's honestly, the options did not look great. Anything else, you could just whiff. The taunt is going to come in at what, 4? It'll just be 1 sludge, take that taunt down.
So we can see 18.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the crescendo. Crescendo being 0 cost after the Popgar is played is relevant too. Oh, there's another 3.
Oh.
8, 13.
The mana not quite adding up, unfortunately. Maybe a turn away.
Yeah, I think they have 19.
That's what I see as well, yeah. And then the fatigues coming off of nobody's draws will heal them until the weapon breaks.
Right. That is key.
Oh, well, this is nice. It's a nice consolation, too.
Oh, yeah. Here he comes.
Yeah, we've got to do it.
Yep. Gotta just absorb all the minions.
That's right, yeah. Hope you can last long enough to get the taunt effect up on them as well.
Yeah, I don't see Catharsis trying to target that Sargeras now. They're just trying to throw as much damage at their face, but
They could get it, I think, right? With between the Forge, the Crescendo, and the two
hmm
the
yeah.
two acids that come off, the two things that come off.
Yeah, if they Popgar play the Crescendo first, clear the imps,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to be playing the two sludges. They're going to go for. Interestingly though, Sargeras and the hero have the same amount of health. How does that work with the
Oh, is it
sludges?
just 50-50 on it? Well, they're gonna
No.
trade first to guarantee that they get
Yeah.
the Sargeras.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they didn't have the weapon up, they could just fatigue themselves, but
They got to get a little bit lucky here, and they don't. It all goes into the pop cars. So unfortunately, uh, time's running
is
out.
that yeah. There's still no sludges on the bottom of the deck though. Oh, but there's a double creation. That's gonna be game.
Yeah, that pop guard staying up, super relevant. Reduces
Yeah.
the cost of the chaos creations and gives Catharsis win.
Mm-hmm. Good game. Really close.
Yeah, very tight. Really well played on both sides, and well done, Catharsis, getting there.
There's no way he could have taken, or they could have taken the taunt, right? There was just too much pressure on the other side of that board with
Yeah, I didn't see a different way of that working out. If instead they had hit all of those pings had hit the other minion, and that taunt had
hmm
stayed up, they still had the rush available. They still have the rush available, not quite. So yeah, maybe if those things had rolled differently, that might have had a different outcome. But in either case, it was very very close.
yeah. So Warlock on Warlock crime.
Who are these players representing? We've got Catharsis representing Coin Concede and nobody representing THL. We haven't talked about our own Discord yet, although I'm sure most people are familiar. You want to talk a little bit about THL Workday Slacker? What brought you into the community?
I would love to, actually. That's how I ended up here. I found a Reddit post about THL, and I realized that there's a whole world of people who love playing this game semi-competitively, you know, and I reached out to THL, and let me tell you about them. Their goal is to play tournament-style Hearthstone on a flexible, multi-week schedule that allows players with all kinds of lifestyles to compete while also forming connections with other players, teamwork, working on things like this, the Battle of the Discords, like you see, and really just appreciating the game that is Hearthstone. So, if you are looking to play more or be a little bit more um, deliberate about the way that you play and really strive for better results, I highly recommend you reach out to the THL and sign up because there's different types of leagues that'll fit your schedule, fit your playstyle, and it seems like a lot of fun.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a great community, a great place to make friends in the game and to absolutely improve your game if that's what one of your goals are.
Yeah.
All
All
right, back
right.
on the Warlock here from nobody.
We've got ourselves a deja vu matchup here with the roles reversed. Warrior versus Warlock. Things might be a little different here though because it is the Control Warrior against the Wheel of Death Warlock. So another matchup I'd love to see this play out more often, because from where I'm standing, it seems like the Warlock is favored if they find their wheel, obviously.
It sure seems that way, and we've seen many of these matchups between the Warlock Mirror and the Warrior Warlock coming down to about a turn's difference.
Mm-hmm.
So really, you don't have a lot of room to make big mistakes, because if you're behind even just one turn, it might have been that consequential. So it's exciting to see how these players pilot this here in the semifinals.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting match, especially the Warrior holding that Odin from turn 1. They've got the coin. I can only assume that Odin's going to come down on turn 7. So, but that's one of the ways where he doesn't get to with that Doomkin.
Yeah, that Doomkin's so disruptive of the flow of play for many of its opponents, but in particular the Odin Warrior and its mirror matches, because it just keeps you from those big late game effects that really drive the game home.
Yeah, it's so fantastic when this rotation happens and you realize Doomkin has been in standard for, since festivals, mini set, and no one really played Doomkin very much, but now they're looking at, what are the big threats? What are the big things I'm trying to stop? And Doomkin's been pretty much in every Warlock deck that we've watched, save for the Sludge decks. So long, Doomkin. Gone too soon.
Catharsis deciding to hold the second Shield Slam and not worry too much about this 6/6 that remains on board.
Mm-hmm. Both Aftershocks in hand, no Acolyte. So I think some of those heavy plates might get traded. Or we might see the coin trial by fire here. Well, yeah, that's fair. Coin is clearly reserved for bringing out Odin as soon as possible. And also, the Warlock being at 14 health already is significant.
Yeah, here comes the emotes, annoyed that they can't get their plays off as they had hoped they might.
That's amazing. The double Doomkin. Hey, bro, I heard you like Doomkins.
You want to order a double?
The double
Aftershock's able to
Aftershock.
clear.
Mm-hmm. The discount on Aftershock is really something Warrior's been enjoying a lot. 2 cost removal. Another
And all you have to
fracking.
do is play a spell last turn. We do that in Warrior.
Yeah, there's tons of great spells. You could just play a coin. Coin Odin, and you get yourself some removal the next turn. Oh, wow. Opting to go for the Doomkin over the Symphony.
Just trying to keep Odin off of the board and frustrating Catharsis, who would really like to play it.
Yeah, it's doing a really good job at that too. Odin not going to be played for another turn after this, even with the coin. But the Wheel of Death.
Oh, and Wheel of Deck.
Here you go. Let's see it. I think he's got enough. He's got enough goods to make it.
Wow. You still have a Forge Wills there to make it 2 15/15s.
Yeah, 2 15/15s. The Doomkin in the way of a Bladestorm.
And both Shield Slams used up already, so can't go over the top of that taunt to to find another one of those.
Yeah.
But they do
Did I-
have the gift.
Did I imagine, or did nobody play 3 Doomkins this game?
You know, you said 2, and then they had this one, but I also counted 2 before, so I'm a little confused as well. But
Because they're still at 6 mana.
that's right.
Huh. Maybe it was 2, but either way, really well timed Doomkins.
You're gonna see what they can find in gift. I suppose with the brawl, hope that you leave the 3/4 up.
Yeah. 1 in 3 shot. Not gonna be enough, and he's gonna
No.
gain 15 life too.
Yeah, it's the worst case scenario. You left the lifesteal one up. That's sort of the risk you run.
Yep. I mean, just attack and chill, I think, at this point.
Yeah,
Sure.
make it difficult for your opponent.
Gain more armor. Why not?
Oh, more armor even. Wow.
I think everything that could have gone right for nobody in this game has. So,
Yeah. Oh, is that going to be online for them to coin it out? The Reno that just came off the top. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Looks like they're just going to have to armor up a bunch, try and survive.
Nobody's like, look at me. I am the warrior now.
Wow. And you finally found that Blade Storm, but with the minion just dropped down, you can't really take advantage of it.
No more board space. The silence of this
With this
Reno duel
yeah.
sound effect is deafening.
You've got this hero power that's going to make this body even bigger. And just get rid of the extra armor, just in case.
Just adding insult to injury, playing the table flip, when in reality, Catharsis is probably the one who wants to flip the table on this game.
That's true. Well, Reno is active, but you could also Bladestorm into Odin. And if you're able to survive a turn, which you would imagine your opponent's out of threats by now.
Mm-hmm.
But you have 2 turns left on the clock, so then that last turn you play, you'd better have all the armor you need.
Without the boar in hand, is Odin able to get up to 39 damage? With the stuff they have in their hand, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. They decide to forgo that. Off of the good game.
Yep, I think that's got to be game for nobody. Come on.
just teasing.
Come
just
on.
teasing at this point.
I would love if Catharsis could pull this off now after that. It was the two health difference that made it. But now there's nothing left to play.
I wonder if going with Odin on that last one instead of the weapon into the totem might have been different. Could have gotten fit in to be a little bit more armor on this turn, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look back at the replays later, the VODs.
I think so. I think
well,
so because
nobody teasing.
Wow. Well, the hypothesis holds true. Even blowing up half of their really important cards, the Warlock just got there.
Indeed. So where does that put us in terms of the scores here?
2-1 for
Let's
nobody.
See. 2-1. We've got the mage. Mage remaining.
Mage up against
I'm so
Warrior
excited
and
for that.
Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm wondering if they're gonna switch to Hunter for this one, knowing that it's the mage. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no.
suspect that that's where the mage is going to struggle, but no, they go with the warrior.
See it.
Pretty decent offer to nobody. Yeah, keeps the Maxitude and the minor. Not a bad opener for Catharsis either with the early card draw sort of combo there in Acolyte and Aftershocks.
Yeah. Acolyte into Aftershocks is very solid. But this
Wow,
mage hand is pretty
incredible
good too.
curve for this mage. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you've got 1, 2, 3. Catharsis is choosing to hold the boar there. Save it for the combining with the Odin. You can always play it on 1/2 and just build up armor over time if your opponent doesn't have an answer to it.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, starting these discovers with Infinitize. It's a really powerful tool to have early on.
Yeah, this is gonna be a huge issue for the warrior, I think. Just having Infinitize generating answers to getting in the way of their game plan, like more freezes, like we saw last time.
Mm-hmm.
Infinitize
Nobody
is
also
such a
has a
cool card.
choice. Yeah, it's very cool. What did you see?
It's a cool card because it's so close to feeling unfair, but it somehow still feels like fair on both sides. You don't hate that they have that in their hand.
I agree. It takes a lot of
Automatically win you the
skill
game.
to use well
Mm-hmm.
because you need to finale it to get it back. So if you're in a position where you don't have what you need, you can use it to discover help, but you may not get it back to you. Or if you get it early like this, you can try and anticipate what your opponent might try and do and stack your hand with cards that could answer those outcomes. So it's very, very creative.
Yeah, you get a little bit of flexibility every turn to pick, depending on what your opponent might play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good old Rock.
Yeah, Sif loves those rocks. It's nice to find.
I don't think there's a better one drop out of those excavates. Just 3 damage. Sometimes you want the discover 2 cost, but most times you just want to throw a rock at somebody.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a good old rock. Plus, with those arcane bolts out of the game, with the Sunken City rotating out, you kind of want all of the reach you can get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. I guess the arcane bolts were rocks once they get to a certain age.
They just slowly expire like honey, just become hard over time.
Just toss this.
On the other side, slowly making their way through their deck. Difficult to play on these secrets. You know that your opponent's trying to stop you from getting a draw card to stick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to get something in the way of what might be an explosive rune and just play the weapon. Play the weapon this turn. Next turn, Acolyte, Aftershocks. Because Aftershocks will not be discounted. Didn't get a chance to play a spell.
Sif in hand now for nobody, which is great. You can focus on stacking the spell schools so that Sif buffs in time for a big combo. There's another explosive trap.
Yeah, these explosive traps are just really getting in the way of drawing 3 cards, 4 cards.
Mm-hmm. And if they do go up again here, that's going to be really painful for Catharsis, who just set up for the Acolyte play that you just described. So
Mm-hmm. All he wants to do, all they want to do is draw.
yeah, nobody
What
in
else?
control of the tempo of the game at the moment.
Mm-hmm. What else is nobody gonna do? Just draw 2. Yeah. Take this rock.
No other minions in hand for Catharsis means they need to decide how precious this Acolyte is to them. They have additional
Yeah,
draw there off the top.
they're gonna be sad when they try to field block, test for a counterspell, and it is not going to trigger.
If you test with Acolyte for the explosive trap, should Catharsis know this is an explosive trap? I haven't been tracking how they've been finding these secrets. It does look like they wondered, but they still get the draw off of it. They have another one in deck, so helps them find
Yeah,
some of
you
this
know what?
card draw, and fun.
That worked out perfectly. The 3 cards, they manifested either way.
Yeah, I like the way you put that. Neophyte for a little more disruption.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Neophyte's interesting after Warrior plays Odin. Just make all those cheap armor spells a little more expensive.
Absolutely. Glowing gem or glowing glyph, not too bad. Makes these a little bit bigger. Lets you deal with the 2/2 on board if you want.
Do you think they do want?
It's the hidden objects, I see.
Okay. Yeah, they'll just clear the board. Why not?
Find some more draw here.
It's kind of cool to see Mage actually control, in quotations, what Warrior wants to do here.
Yeah,
very interesting. You wouldn't expect Mage to have that capacity, but we're watching it right now.
Yeah, this is the second game in a row too, so this is not a fluke. This is definitely looking like a good counter to one of the strongest decks in the game.
A Felon nature spell offered here, but both are a little bit awkward, and yeah, this makes Odin less likely by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I needed another card draw anyway. There's Khadgar.
There's the Chadgar. Let's see if he's feeling generous today.
The Chad.
Dadgar?
If he's able to play it with 4 mana and right now, then I'd bottom right if I were Catharsis.
He's got
It's in hand for nobody, so need to vacate a little bit of it.
He's just throwing away the snake oil. That's interesting.
Yeah, deciding to go for the hand size.
Mm-hmm.
Finds another hidden objects.
Just keep making this warrior's life challenging with the secrets.
Catharsis is reversing control of the board there. Here we see Khadgar probably can help with that.
Khadgar looking for a blizzard, possibly?
Nah, Fireball. You know it's Fireball.
Fireball. I think mirror image. Mirror image is probably the safest. There you go.
All right, folding up my Hearthstone game right now, and going home.
Yeah, I think Dankus dad's criticism is valid after that play. I guess they can't just cast Blizzard every time. That might be too good, but they just kept casting fireballs last time I seen him played, so
Yeah, counterspell makes this removal a little bit less comfortable,
mhm.
but they can draw.
Mirror image for free is actually not that bad there either. Makes it awkward for them to just throw a ton of damage.
You know, I've been noticing in Shaman too that having 0 attack taunts, at least in this sort of four set ecosystem, it's really not the worst. Like obviously
Mm-hmm.
there's better outcomes in the world than, you know, a couple of 0 attack taunts, but that's stuff to still have to get through, and people have been struggling to get past it.
Yeah, that pop-up book card is insane with the maybe take out one of your opponent's threats and then block the rest of them.
Totally. So secrets available with Reliquary.
Mm-hmm. How scary is this board versus just playing some secrets? Maybe even freezing, gaining 6 armor is not that bad here.
Ice Barrier, that helps as well.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Nice. So audio amp into Infinitize.
Love the audio amplifier. That's one of my favorite cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. It does a surprising amount in the decks that really benefit from it. And here, nobody expertly managing their hand size. It's really difficult with the mage because everything kind of feels so valuable. You hesitate to play them at inopportune moments, but as we see, nobody just playing the stuff out, keeping their hand at a good size, and doing all right here.
Yeah, especially with the Infinitize, like you have to be extra careful that it is coming back to your hand at the end of the turn. You don't want to burn your next draw. I think just that little buffer of one extra card makes such a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely. But some pressure on board here from Catharsis, keeping nobody honest.
What I would love to see is if they draw their Odin, if Catharsis draws their Odin, plays at the turn they draw it, and the Azurite Vein gives them a free Odin, and they can just gain all that armor from the last game and just smack them.
That would be very interesting. I wonder if we'll see that.
Seems like the type of card you would play the turn you draw it, if you can.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, nobody continuing to hoard some disruption in the form of counter spells and playing these freezes out.
Yeah. And these little champions just keep getting bigger, so that's more armor for them.
And able to activate the finale on this Infinitize once again, and there's a fireball.
This Infinitize has been just putting in so much work.
Yep.
Khadgar. You know what would have been helpful a couple turns ago? Blizzard.
And yet. So we've got Sif up to +5, if anyone's counting.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a 0-cost Flame Geyser in hand as well.
Mm-hmm. We've got a discounted reverb too, so that's +10 spell damage for 8 mana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sad. My meme dream did not come true.
One day, gonna happen to you. You'll be like, guys.
Yeah.
It happened, but I don't have. It's just replay.net, so I can't show you the replay. You'll just have to believe me.
Damn it, if only I'd bought that when it was on sale for 25% off in March of 2024.
Well, this is your chance. Don't miss it.
Don't miss it. Speaking of Missadune, we've got... What elementals do we have in this deck that they would be looking for?
Good question.
I think it was
I'm
just
surprised
Skater
to
Boy
see
there. That
Mr.
was
Doom in
it.
here.
Sleet Skater only.
Yeah. That's sad. Gator Boy, split into half. That's a lot of armor. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I've learned a lot watching this list from Nobody. I'm excited to try it out myself, and making use of this reverb here to deal a little bit with the opponent's Valkyries.
Ooh, is the inspiration... Yeah. That's interesting that it doesn't show you how many you have in that view. I mean, it didn't, at least in Spectator, but they've played four spell schools, so that's going to be pretty scary for 6 cost.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of Wrecking Ball, it's going to be Fireball.
With Blade Storms. Mm-hmm.
There's another.
Oh, and here comes another Explosive Runes. Catharsis is just not able to get a break from these secrets.
No.
Oh,
Fantastic.
man, there's another.
Got the Aftershocks. What do you really want to do? Because now you have no secrets. You can do it.
Mm-hmm. Deciding to use this Blade Storm here, Caster Vision lets us know that they might want that in a minute, but they do also have Sanitize, so...
Yep. The Cryopreservation, very key. Odin's not down yet, but... Got 1 Wind Fury. Wow.
Nobody highly valuing use of the Infinitize the Maxitude, trying to get it in on every turn and really making the most out of it, able to get some more armor up here, some more pressure down, and these 2 Reborn minions making it really difficult for any real clears from Catharsis to save an active Reno.
The level of disrespect for Khadgar there, I love it. He's like, I would rather have this warrior weapon than Khadgar's help. But to be fair, gaining 3 armor, dealing 3 damage, very good.
Yeah, and at this point, you're kind of waiting for Odin. That they're almost out of cards. There's 3 cards left in deck, still no Odin. So any moment now it's going to come down, and you're going to want to have as much health as possible for that. Both Cryopreservations in hand now. That's great.
Yeah, perfect timing on those. Looking for some cheap burn here. I think Sif would be good to go next turn.
Light shows it.
Or this turn.
Just do it right now.
Yeah, why wait? Let's do it. Wow, 24 damage light show. Not bad.
Amazing.
Well, what a deck.
Wow.
That is awesome.
That is a 3-1 win for Nobody.
Congratulations on advancing Nobody, and how fun that mage deck that so unique in the field right now, and it's really carrying its weight.
Yeah, that was amazing to watch. I'm gonna need that deck list. Nobody. I'll try to recreate it from memory, but you'll just do a better job than I will.
All right.
I'm sure they'd be happy to share it.
Yeah.
But for now,
we're going to do a draw.
Nice.
So I just got to double check the chat. So I just sent Nobody a message just saying, I love that mage deck. Was a last second discovery, and I'm in love with it too. So that's awesome. All right.
Yeah, so exciting.
I think our list
good
is...
choice.
Yeah, exactly. chat list is up to date. So we will do our third draw for the 1 month thingy subscription. So let us do the thing that spins the thing.
Then it.
And Hustle, you can do the announcement.
All right, let's do it. Let's see who we get. They see me rolling.
They hating.
Oh!
Oh!
Actually,
Harmless
Congrats.
dog. Congratulations.
Aw. A harmless dog. Lovely.
Congratulations.
okay. So I'm going to let...
Sorry for my delayed announcement. My astonishment at the closeness of that roll made my Siri activate. So
Siri, shut up.
Siri asked me who I wanted to message, and I said, a harmless dog. And she said, I don't recognize that person.
Shall I find them online?
Rude. Okay.
So for these last games, I assume we are broadcasting both of them, or
We're waiting for... I'm just messaging Racino and MMW just that they can start their stuff now. So
awesome.
we can go over their decks and see what their bands are going to be
Let's do it.
in transition.
I do not see the bands just yet, but we've got the Classic 3. We've got Warrior, Hunter, Paladin from both Racino and MMW. And Racino's got the Nature Shaman, and MMW has got the Wheel of Death Warlock. So seems to be the big three and player's choice a lot of the time. So if you had to pick at this very moment, Hustle, would you pick Warlock, Wheel of Death Warlock, or Nature Shaman as your fourth? Because we know what your first three decks are.
Well, I personally would choose Wheel of Deck Warlock because I suck at APM. So
That is fair.
Under my mouse, the Nature Shaman is never winning ever. But I bet you Racino is much more skilled at the play than I am. So I'm interested to see how they go against each other. How about you? What would you go with?
That is a very fair consideration, and I think, as a fellow Mac player, I'm probably hindered by my Mac. I'm going to blame my Mac for my APM, so I would also take the Wheel of Death, but also Warlock's just a more fun class, I think. I love Shaman. I've played a lot of Shaman, but Nature Shaman's not... I don't think it's the type of deck that I find super fun, but...
Yeah, I get that.
I should try it.
I understand what you tend towards most. What style of play?
So are you familiar with Brian Kibler? Do you ever watch Kibler's streams at all? Yeah, he's the guy who kind of got me into Hearthstone, and his whole thing is giant monsters and wacky stuff. So
yeah, totally.
Usually end up doing that as much as possible. But
how fun! Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Why not? What about you? You've got the mage on lock, so
yeah, I tend to like discover effects quite a lot. So lists like mage, which give you lots of opportunities to find fun stuff to play, I tend to enjoy. Although I will admit that I find it frustrating playing against players who do that same very thing in the forms of like thief priests and rogues and stuff like that. But I enjoy playing those styles of deck quite a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I'm surprised you don't play priest. That's like one of the most discover heavy decks. I mean, it's bad, but it's fun.
I used to be a priest main, but I just They started taking longer and longer, all of those priest games, and then when you run into priest mirrors, I just needed to start going a little bit faster than that.
That is so true, actually. Yeah. I, true to my name, it's the Workday Slacker, so every now and then I like to play a game of Hearthstone in between meetings during the workday, and I
For
realized
sure.
after this warrior meta emerged, can't really do that anymore, because the games are generally 20 minutes plus.
That's right. It's
I'm
like
like,
I
maybe
keep
I'll
my
just play
rankings falling
Battlegrounds.
because I keep conceding halfway through the
Yeah,
game. I've got to get back to the work.
that's it. Just in the background of my meetings, all you hear is, "Whoa, it's good to see you again."
All right, are we ready
Gotta go
to?
faster.
We got to jump
Yeah.
into this game now. So we got a warrior ban on MMW's side and Racino's shaman's ban.
Ooh,
So MMW is who we're going to spectate first, which will put them at the bottom of our screen with Racino at the top.
All right.
fantastic. Oh, Paladin versus Hunter.
Have we seen this smash up yet today? I don't think so. This might be a new one
Yeah, I think maybe
to
we
me.
caught like 2 minutes of it at the end of it, but this is a fresh game. We want to see this from the beginning. This is gonna be Rusino.
Pretty good curve there for Racino.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sneaky snakes.
Just token Hunter and able to just get started right away. A bit slower of a start from the Paladin here, but getting this draw online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this new Trinket Artist card seems incredibly strong for the 3-drop. Just draw a Divine Shield minion and an aura. Just all
Yeah,
this and
when
more.
I saw it in the reveals, I was like, well, a 3-cost card that tutors 2 cards for you, that seems strong.
Seems very
and
fair. It reminds me of that there's a shaman card a while ago that was, draw a spell. If it's a particular type of spell, then also draw a minion, or one way or another.
yeah,
And there's just none of that on this card. It's just take two.
hmm no conditions, just as long as you've got that kind of card in your deck, here you go, have it.
Yeah. We like this archetype. Play it.
hmm hmm
But here comes a free 5/5, which is pretty good. You remember the Corridor Creeper days. Free 5/5s generally should be played.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that. And yeah, this is a very threat position from Rusino, and MMW just needing to sort of endure it until they can recover.
Mm-hmm. Especially with the double awakening or like double 1-drop into Jungle Gym if they want. Or
Oof.
yeah, just buff the board. Why not?
Is this enough to do it? That'll be 7, 10, 13, 17. Maybe not quite. 18.
Wow.
So very threatening, but not quite enough to finish up.
Not gonna finish
Oof.
it, but I do not see any AoE or any answers in MMW's hand here.
No rush on the Ziliax. Just a Divine Shield taunt.
Mm-hmm. Could give the
Together with
Righteous
the aura.
Protector. You could just buff the Righteous Protector with an aura, so it gets lifesteal. Maybe pump it
Mhm.
with the Outfit Tailor. But I think he's just gonna get through that with Jungle Gym.
Mhm.
But he will gain a good
And
amount
get
of life. He
Ziliax down.
does. Yeah, he's gonna have to swing, gaining at least 6 life. Would
At
probably want to swing
least.
with one of the minions first. get the jungle gym. Hopefully you can get 3 damage on that. Oh. Oh, that's right. It's gonna have to swing twice.
Mm-hmm.
Divine Shield.
Now, is that enough? Maybe
Looks like big numbers.
13, 19, 20. Yeah, it's a lot. I think that's
Yeah,
it.
that'll do it. Smush.
Indeed, just really, really a lot of pressure and no rush coming up from for MMW, so just not able to deal with all of that. We go to game 2.
Yeah, crazy. That deck is explosive. It's nuts. We didn't even see any of the crazy powerful cards. We didn't see any RC Rampage, no saddle ups, no Patchwork Pals even being played. Just tokens.
Yeah.
How did he win? What did he even play? He played a couple
Tokens.
tokens, Awakening Tremors, and that was it.
There's that card that when you play cards that have more attack, it buffs everything. So that, if you can keep a wide board, that's going to do quite a lot of work for you.
Yep, the old Battlegrounds card, Observer of Myths.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
MMW here with a strong opening hand too.
Mm-hmm. It's a
You
tough
could
choice.
also Slither Spear here.
Yeah. If you play the Slither Spear, and then you're playing a couple bananas next turn, or even a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Crucially, he's going to be able to get rid of this 2-drop with the bananas or with the swing of the weapon. Probably just wanting to get the weapon out.
Yeah. Weapon's a bit expensive. It's good to get it up when you can, and this is a good moment for it.
Mm-hmm. It's going to make the hound that gets summoned at 2/2 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Unleash the hounds.
That was a card.
Oh, I miss those hunter days.
Gonna coin out the control. Just get a
Wow.
couple of things down
Going
here
for
on
it.
board.
Mm-hmm. Wonder if Racino's just going to play the Acolyte. Divert some resources. Anything that's not going face is good for the warrior,
Mm-hmm.
but also keeps them from drawing 3 cards.
Just decided to trade an armor up. Gonna wait it out a little bit longer. They've got lots of removal, and when you're warrior, you've got the space. You can take some damage. You'll get it back. So too early to feel too worried. Just make some patient plays.
Yeah. Remember you said that here. Let's see how fast these things change. Because this hunter deck is one of the ones that will just go from nothing to a full board pretty quick.
Totally.
Not playing a spell last turn too means he still can't do the Acolyte Aftershock.
Mm-hmm. Opting to just make a couple of these bigger
Mm-hmm.
rather than fill up the board. 3s are probably a pretty good size for a RC Rampage, assuming that they last here.
Yep. Here comes that 0-cost safety goggles though. Getting big enough to take out that Slither Spear for free.
Mm-hmm. Get a little extra.
Mm-hmm.
Your health up.
A little more on top, why not? Seems like a decent spot to
Now
just...
near the.
Oh, sorry.
No, not at all. If I stop, you can. Let's just keep going. We'll step on each other every once in a while. No big deal.
Yeah, for
I was
sure.
just gonna say. Yeah, I was just gonna say. When you're the beat down here, it's tricky. You know that the Warriors got so many ways of dealing with big boards. You don't want to overcommit, but it's hard to
Mm-hmm.
determine. Is RC Rampage here overcommitting? Do I hold this until? I've seen them use some of their AOE. It's hard to know.
Yeah, I think specifically in this matchup, getting over that 3 health is the most important piece with the RC. So if he swings with the weapon and played Rampage there, they would be 4/4s, I think.
Mm,
So it's reasonable threat. It can't just destroy it with Aftershock. But
right.
let's make them deal with this first, and then we can have a couple enormous monsters.
Totally. And here comes the Aftershocks combo. Draw a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Board still lives though.
It does, and some more options now available to MMW, able to take advantage of this observer.
No one's going to believe this.
Mm. Just go on face and play a big taunt.
Yeah, they're tempted to play the taunt minion, or I'm sorry, the charge minion. I like this.
Mm-hmm. Just 2 Jormungers, or...
Yeah, I like getting those down here. They're cheap, they're generated, so it's not a huge cost to you, and it's still something for your opponent to deal with. But they are, of course, very vulnerable to Blade Storm, so I suspect that.
Mm-hmm.
I like holding the charge for when you're in a position to try and burst your opponent down for the win, especially catching someone like a warrior off guard. But I like this Misha here. Makes clearing a little bit more awkward.
Yeah, the mana didn't line up perfectly there, so he didn't. He just had to play one thing, or would have been good if he had the Jormunger in hand already. But
Gift into Brawl.
nice. You gotta love seeing that happen. He's brawling your 4 minion boards. Really not that
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, you don't hate it, that's for sure. Especially with so much token generation. Just here's some more. Do
Mm-hmm.
you have
Yeah.
another Brawl?
Yeah, do you have another brawl? Do you have another gift? Could slam down the charge and the RC Rampage. And considering they just played gift into brawl, you kind of have to assume they would have played more easily accessible removal. So they're probably
Mm-hmm.
digging at that point.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how players start to use gift, knowing that if you save gift for your last line of removal, it may
Mhm.
signal to your opponent that you have nothing else. So do you use gift preemptively to throw your opponent off of that assumption? It's an interesting design that way, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Because of that, you're paying extra to use gift. So I think that's something I definitely don't think about while I'm playing. But when I'm taking a step back, it's a lot easier to think about, especially seeing his hand, obviously.
Yeah, it certainly helps to have the whole picture here.
Mm-hmm. More armor. Just trying to stay alive.
Yeah, the pressure just keeps coming, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Wonder if we're gonna see just massive hounds here. Yeah. Big as possible.
Do we know if Reno's active on the other side?
I don't believe so. Yeah, it's gonna be a 7/7? Oh, okay. Never mind. That would be silly. Or would it? I don't know.
I mean, a 4-cost 7/7 is not bad value, but they'll, they're happy with the 2/4, and
Mm-hmm.
their opponent's not doing anything about it, so
Yeah.
that they're struggling to find the removal.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for a warrior to take out one big threat.
Bladestorm's not nothing.
Mm-hmm. His health distribution's pretty good for MMW though.
Yeah, they've done a good job playing around the different removal breakpoints, making sure you have stuff that'll stick even if they do have a Bladestorm or Aftershocks.
Mm-hmm.
Now their
Yeah.
hand's starting to dry up a little bit, so needing some refill here.
Yeah, he's really got, one big reload left. Wow, that's a good one though. But
Mm-hmm.
there is another gift in hand on the warrior side.
Oh, and Reno is now active.
Reno's active, Odin in hand. This might be the end of the reign.
Yeah, it's going back to what I said earlier. It's like, man, look at all that pressure that they were putting on, but oh, what a draw! But will it
That's
be
a good
enough?
one. That's a really good card.
Oh boy, I love that card.
Wow.
Jawser for Saddle Up would have been a really nice one to have found a little bit earlier when they had all that pressure on, and now with Odin
Mhm.
down, so it's going to be it's going to be a lot harder. They're going to have to start playing on the defense.
Yeah, Saddle Up's one of the strongest cards in this matchup, just because I don't think Warrior can clear your board twice in one turn. And a lot of the time, the creatures that come out of Saddle Up are stronger than the ones they killed, so they don't even want to deal with them.
That's right. So it's going to kind of come down to, can MMW protect themselves against the hero attack on the opponent's side enough to take advantage of that? Can they set up a turn with a sticky board?
It's looking pretty unlikely, just looking at the Warrior's hand, but they're gonna need to clear the board and probably keep a taunt that can live through the hero power.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, on their side, they've got 3 plus 8, 11, plus 1 is 12. And Shield Slam, another 6 would be 18. 20. So
They
they may
could
have
play.
exact lethal if they can get through the taunt, which they
Mm-hmm.
can with the Odin, right?
Yeah. One more Jormonger and Saddle Up and pray.
Maybe you'll find some taunts here.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that's a good
Oh,
find.
yeah, that did help a bit.
Mm-hmm. How can they get through this board?
Hero power and shield block will clear the taunt that's there right now. Oh, but there's that.
Mm-hmm. Trade the heavy plate. Find a heavy plate.
Hmm. They also have another gift in hand. They have these of to forge. Get a little extra armor for the cost.
Gaze into the horizon, then you will see what is real.
Hmm.
So MMW is succeeding on slowing down sort of the Warriors endgame here, but needing to continue to put this pressure on.
Yeah, it's the free hero power. It's always a little scary on the Reno side.
For sure. Seems like they may just try and make this board as wide as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Hope that their opponent's finally running out of ways of dealing with these big boards.
They have the last gift in hand, but is it worth even brawling this board, or can they just shield block up and get over the top? They've got
6 from weapons, 6 from slam,
mm-hmm.
12, plus another 5 off of the shield block. There's 17.
Oh wow.
The hero power.
I think they got enough with the heavy plate.
Oh, heavy plate off the top.
Is it 3? Only have to do 22, so they've got 8. Yeah, they would have only had 20.
Yeah, and then the other one comes up, so it should be more than enough. Racino taking
it. Oh. Huh. That is crazy.
Yeah. Warrior gets there.
That makes sense.
Wow.
That makes sense. If anyone's going to be able to stop that hunter deck, it's probably the warrior that gains 100 life.
100 life, and the rest is just removal. You have one card that makes all of that life you gain deal damage to. It's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Pretty strong.
Good card. I feel like that's the card the Warriors been waiting 10 years for.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
We got,
so what's next? Let's see.
Is this round 5? Or what have we seen?
This is game 3 of round 4. Sorry.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The last semifinal match, I think. We got Racino on the Paladin now, and then MMW returning with the Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
We have seen the Paladin so far struggle against really early pressure, so could see this work out nicely for MMW without the frustrating removal tools of the Warrior.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to which tools this Paladin finds in their hand. I mean, they have their tons of draw in their hand, but how do they deal with the Hunter's board?
I'm also interested to see how MMW approaches dealing with this Paladin, because conventional wisdom says don't let them keep bodies on the board.
Mm-hmm.
But so much of their buffing these days, or in this metagame, is to the hand. So you can deal, with their early board, but then what? You can have bigger things to deal with after that. So I almost want to see MMW just beat down. Of course, it's hard to leave hard draw up.
Yeah, I mean, these Tiger plushie makes it super hard to just focus on their face, though. They're just going to heal back up. Leave a big monster on the board. That's a big Acolyte, too.
Paladin seems very challenging, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Even just a single +1/+1 on a Acolyte of Pain is such a huge like improvement. They can start trading better. They're gonna draw you 5 cards.
Mm-hmm. That breakpoint is so hard to hit. Like most things are dealing 3. Some things can do 4, but 5.
Mm-hmm. I guess getting the
Well,
Leok and
Huffer could do 5
mm-hmm.
with Leok, but
Probably good. But I guess he's hoping that he's gonna have to trade into the Misha.
mhm.
But we see that plushie in the hand. I don't know how big it is. I can't see. Oh, but this is gonna make
They've taken 1 buff everything from the goblin guy.
mm-hmm. It's gonna make this acolyte even bigger.
Discover first.
What did he take? Wow. Ooh, that's a
Taron?
really good draw on turn 5.
Yeah, that's very nice. Can they get there with it? They may be able to, right? You have a second observer into Huffer and then a +1 after that.
Huh. Yeah.
+2 to everything. That's +8, +10.
And then you play the Leok, I guess? Or the Huffer. Yeah, you could just
The
play the
Huffer.
Huffer. And then buff the Huffer with a banana.
Mm-hmm. That make the Huffer +7, so you'd have. Man, do they have lethal here? Can we count? If
They
they,
would have
oh,
4,
they didn't trade.
8, 12. I think they would have had 21 for sure.
They would have had 2 observers of the myth, 5 bodies that can attack, so +10 on those bodies. Nah, I can't do it in my head. I'll have to look at the tape later. But this is the line they took, and it's a lot of pressure to deal with. So demands an
Still
answer from
pretty good.
Yoshino.
Yeah.
They have Divine Shield Taunt. They also have a plushie.
So the South Sea deckhand not having charge is pretty relevant here because they could trade it into the Huffer.
Mm-hmm. They do have the weapons, so they could do that, but it leaves the other things on board. You don't have probably enough after that to also get the taunt down.
Mm-hmm. Just taking out the observer. Oh, going for the actual Huffer.
Deciding that it's going to be hard for them to play minions with higher attack than either of these over observers already are. So
Yeah.
not going to respect them, but here we go. This is enough.
Yep. They had another Patchwork Pals they could crack for another Huffer. Wow.
Yeah, but they're going to take it
Hunter.
well with the hunter and go to 1-1.
That's crazy. I remember when I was checking the metagame the other day on HS Replay, my favorite Hearthstone website to see stats. Both the hand buff paladin and the hunter were sitting at around 70% win rate. So
That's insane.
that's nuts.
It's so
And,
helpful. It's so helpful that you have access to that information. That really lets you figure out what you might want to play into that kind of field. What was that? What did you say? You
It's
saw
this,
that?
it's this little website called hsreplay.net. They're
Oh my
tons
gosh.
of handy models and analytics on the best decks in the format, and I find it great to spark my creativity as I'm looking for something fun to play.
That's so helpful. Do you know if they ever run any kinds of deals? Are there any deals going on right now?
Why, I'm so glad you asked, Hustle. There's actually to celebrate the 10th anniversary celebration of Hearthstone, there's a 25% off 6-month bundle currently running. So you should check it out if you're
You know, I
curious.
think I will. That sounds like a really good deal. That sounds like a really good deal.
And you too will learn how to pilot these Paladin decks to 70% win rates.
God knows I need the help.
That's why we're here on this side, right?
Oh, sure is. I thought I could play in the tournament, or I could watch better players than me play in the tournament and talk about it with people who also like talking about it.
Take good notes. Got lots of inspiration from this day, though.
I agree. It's been a lot of fun.
Now we got the actual Paladin mirror match. Unfortunately,
Yeah, it looks like a true mirror, huh?
yeah. Fortunately, both of these decks can't have a 70% win rate. One of them's got to take it.
It does look like Rusino's runs two Living Horizons that MMW leaves out, but other than that, they're pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm. What is MMW playing instead? Oh, MMW's got Amidas. That could be a difference
Oh,
maker.
interesting.
And I don't think I see anything in the way of just destroy a minion in
hmm
Racino's deck. So if that Amidas gets going, it's very hard to deal with.
Oh, yeah, interesting. Yeah, short of somehow discovering some poison effect or a way of reducing the health on Amethyst to two, that would be very difficult to move through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would need that tradable quick draw card that reduces and deals one, or a quality, I guess. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I suppose a quality
I don't.
would do the trick.
Yeah, I don't see any discover for spells either. I guess Toy Keeper Tarim is actually a perfect answer, and that there is one in there.
There we go. But outside of that, it looks like Nomelia to just seize control of the board again, and it's going to be a war for the board, and whoever can get their stuff to stick.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Lots of trading.
Meanwhile, we see MMW sizing up the impact of the South Sea deckhand outfit Taylor combination,
Mm-hmm.
trying to work their way up towards a big burst turn here.
Yeah, those are two cards you love to see together. Having both weapons in hand too means that these buffs are just gonna keep on coming.
Yeah, they can get, I think, up to 5 more from these two weapons alone, which would, I think, that would be 10, 20 just from the one South and, well, you'd have to keep a weapon up, I guess, -1,
Oh,
but
that's
18
another
still.
good buffable card, Leroy Jenkins.
hmm Yeah, crazy that they put charge minions back in with Wind Fury effect in Paladin, but
Yeah,
NBD.
yeah. I'm really excited to see how they deal with the inevitable nerf that comes with something here.
Yeah, I agree.
Are they gonna go the non-Titan route and just say Leroy Jenkins cannot have Wind Fury?
Roy Jenkins, one and done.
One and done.
He
He
attacks once, goes and eats some chickens.
exactly. He charges in. He gets killed in the dungeon. We all know how the story ends.
MMW wondering whether or not to just play the deckhand here, or to hold it for future burst.
Pretty scary looking deckhand.
I like playing it. You've got the mana, you've got another charge minion in hand that pairs well
Mhm.
with Outfit Tailor, but it seems as though they're not confident in that, so they may just hold it.
Yeah. Just play it. Clear the 4/4, you think?
Hmm.
Or just go face?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess you do want kind of control of this board, don't you? But Rosino's hand up, they're not looking particularly heavy. Looks like they're struggling to fill it up, but they do have a little bit of draw.
Mm-hmm. Guess they're a little.
They could
They'd
all.
be a little scared of Nomelia, maybe.
Hmm. Yeah, if you manage to just ignore these minions and send everything face, then Nomelia certainly punishes you for that. And I mean, it's a paladin, so I suspect that the inclination may just be to, you know,
Do
trade the
exactly
board,
that.
not them any board threats. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. These big Ziliaxes are. Oh wow! There is the one.
And you've got Nomelia, which just clears this for you, huh?
Mm-hmm. So close to surviving this too. But I mean, he could keep Nomelia alive if he just trades into the Flame Revenant. But I think it's probably worth getting rid of everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's an
Especially.
interesting choice though to leave one up, and you see your opponent only has 3 cards in hand. Like they're gonna have to trade
Mm-hmm.
into the Nomelia anyway, so maybe
Yeah.
make them do that. But I'm not sure if that's right or not.
Probably not with the Shroomskavate. Just knowing that everyone's running 2 Shroomskavates, that would be
Mm-hmm.
pretty devastating to have that Ziliax get Shroomskavated and clear the Nomelia, and then just
Yeah,
go face.
absolutely. It's a little bit of an awkward position, but it's also a really difficult card for Rusino to deal with in any circumstance. This Amethyst.
Mm-hmm. I think you just have to play the Amidas here, shrink the cost of, or shrink the damage of this Living Horizon, and pray that they don't draw Sunkeeper Tarim the rest of the game.
Yeah, I wonder if you just draw 2.
Yeah,
I mean, I suppose you do fear Tarim, but like this is only going to do 2 damage anyway. But they decide to
just
play it safe.
yeah, just realistically, like, how does Racino get over this now? Like,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna be, if Outfit Tailor pumps this Amidas, it's just can only take 2 damage at a time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scariest thing for any board-based deck.
Yeah, and no poison that I can see means it's going to be really difficult to deal with this. They're going to be able to take advantage of their buffs when they're ready for it, or
Mm-hmm.
draw even. And so once they can get through this taunt, they're in a really good position to drive this all the way.
Wow,
Oh, and even more hand buff there.
those are some good hits for that as well. You're not losing any of your like high impact stuff. You're just gaining a bunch of utility.
Yeah, that's really a great illustration of the power of that Amethyst effect in this deck. I don't think we've seen her show up yet, but it reduces the cost of some of these buff cards that otherwise might make it too difficult to fit them in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is gonna be one glorious OTK.
It seems so.
We've got
That's a
oh
lot of
wow,
burst.
we've got 28 damage on these 3 minions. And
Wow.
he's gonna swing for one more, so it'll be wow.
Yeah.
31?
With the benefit of what we can see, it seems like it'll be another one in the MMW column. Let's see
Mm-hmm.
if they can find a way out of this.
Here goes Amidas at least. I think
Mhm.
she did her job.
Yeah, that was a lot of value, and so maybe she won't get the +2/+2 on this, but we know that MMW doesn't.
Yeah. This is game.
Charge. Jeepers.
Sure.
Charge again.
Wow.
Ursino knowing. Signing off.
Best words in all of Hearthstone.
Leroy Jenkins.
Plus game 5. We got game 5.
Game
Big
5.
fans of Game 5.
Love it. This might
Yeah,
be my
for-
my last game today, unfortunately.
Oh, shoot. Well, thanks for joining us. I'm so excited. So excited to have people to talk to about Hearthstone here on stream.
Yeah, this is great. I'm hoping we can do more of these.
There we go, folks. I wonder, well, we can't even figure out what the odds are right now with this Warlock versus Buffy Pal.
I feel like Paladin's gonna take this one. But that's based on
Yeah, what's
purely
this for?
my brain. This is the
Is this,
this is Wheel of Death.
I see, yeah.
So Paladin's not really the deck you want to sit back and even give them 5 turns to do anything, because they'll kill you from 30.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I suspect that if you're MMW here, you're really just racing through, but you can't thoughtlessly blow up your deck, because if you don't have, for example, Sargeras to throw taunts up every turn,
Mm-hmm.
then you're very vulnerable to the charge burst from the Paladin. So being thoughtful about when to activate that, or how you collect the important tools in your deck ahead of that, will be really critical here.
Yeah, you're definitely looking to like maximize all of your resources. Like having the Geode come down might be the right play, even though the Panner, can take it. You want to take some life damage so you can heal back up with the Drain Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Keep turboing through this deck, looking for Symphony, looking for Reno, Sargeras.
For sure. Get another draw here. Just get the Forge of Wills ready for that turn for Dark Alley Pact.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you can get some threats down before your opponent's in a position to have answers.
I smell golden in their waters.
That big Panner.
Well, there's another Dark Alley Pact.
Mm-hmm.
And so things are shaping up well for a competitive game here from MMW. And meanwhile, the Paladin on the other side is slowly doing what they do best, getting ready for just a huge late game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like that the Warlock, like this control Warlock, has access to like big hand stuff again. Like there's Mountain Giants back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
This new card is sweet. Dark Alley Pact, is that new or is that one of the older ones?
It's, I believe, reintroduced to core, but I believe it is a card from a previous set.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not.
Yeah, I swear I've
I'm
seen
not
that.
sure of that, but I'm pretty sure that that's what it is.
Yeah, the Resurrect Demon one is new. That the 2 cost.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool.
Well, so you've got 16 damage here. You can.
Yeah.
You could just say, "Hey, deal with this or die."
I like that play. I like just throwing the damage. Maybe even what are they looking to do next turn? Maybe even Doomkin. Going out Doomkin. Keep them
Going
off
out
doing anything
Doomkin,
powerful.
I even like seeing symphonies here, because you might get +5 or the +6 or whatever that is on one of these, and then you're really cooking. But it seems like they're just gonna make another body.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, I like that. It's a lot to deal with.
Holy light. Oh, that seems like a pretty good way to deal with it, though. I think that's the rush one, right?
No, I don't think it
Ziliax?
is. I think it's summon a copy, but its cost is reduced, so I don't think it has rush on it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, it is summon a copy.
I don't think they have an answer here. They might be able to throw the Reno away to clear one of these guys, but
Yeah, it's a tough spot.
one won't be enough.
I wish Hearthstone didn't cheat us out there, seeing what the bottom Leroy is calculated up into now for because it keeps hovering over it.
Wow,
So
yeah.
I know. One of us should spectate the other person. Who can tell us what the
yeah, just
sizes
relay,
are.
just relay it over.
Yeah, I don't think they have a way. Oh, well, these outfit tailors do give some helpful buffs. I didn't consider that.
Yeah, it's just gonna
So
make
they will
them
be able
huge.
to. Hmm.
That is
So that's just
pretty
enough
solid.
to endure another turn.
Oh, here's another forge.
Wow.
They could table flip and then forge. Clear the 8-2.
Hmm.
Or do they
And
go?
then
They
just
could
have a...
symphony, and if they hit the buff, they would win.
Yeah, that's fair. That's risky, though.
Sure is.
The eight,
This is
hit the
exciting.
8-6.
Still, what I see is Symphony coin drains souls, and if you miss on the Symphony, you still have the location to clear the 2/5/5s and leave
Mhm.
2 8/1s on the board. But
Or
they're not.
table
They're
flip
playing
mortal
safe.
eradication. Yeah,
Mm,
this is good too. Heal to full. Make 2
wow.
8/6s.
Wow. Crazy.
Ooh, the deckhand draw.
Yeah, it's not going to do it, unfortunately. They do have the Rush Audio Medic. I don't know how big that is,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
Yeah, they don't have enough mana to draw their weapon, play it, buff it, and then finale that.
Hmm. So Reno into Medic might get them one more turn, but they're going for the weapon instead. Weapon draw instead.
Hmm
Play
Weapon has
2 charge
lifesteal,
minions.
thankfully, but it's not enough.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that might do. No.
No, I think they probably needed Reno there.
hmm
There we go.
All
Good
right.
game.
A lot
The
of early
Warlock.
pressure there from that Warlock on the Paladin.
That is awesome. They didn't even need to rely on the Wheel of Death. They just got there playing 8/8s.
It's a real testament to like know what your threat level is and throw it face. You don't always have to deal with their board. Like let them deal with your
Mhm.
board. Recognize your position, and they understood that Paladin doesn't have a lot of ways of dealing with this. So let's just be the beatdown, and they did it. So well done, and congratulations on moving on to the finals.
Yeah,
Hope I got
good
that right.
game.
I hope that was game 5.
No, that was game. That was game 5 for sure, buddy. No,
Oh, great.
no sweating.
Nice.
So yeah, that puts MMW up against nobody, as was already mentioned. And unfortunately for Racino, they have to relinquish their trophy. And
Mm,
Spread the wealth.
yeah, so it's going to be Catharsis up against Racino, which is not going to be on stream. But congratulations to all 4 of those players. At least get some of the prize money involved. So that's the great
mhm.
thing. So,
hmm
but here you have it.
And
Top. Well, go ahead.
yeah, this is the final round, and how lucky are we that we get to see that control mage in the final? That's amazing.
So exciting. I love that.
That's
Truly
awesome.
thrilled.
So I give you the option here. Workday is you can you can stick around with the group and being Rachel, who was supposed to be coming in for the shift if we had longer stuff. All three of you guys can commentate if you wish, unless you had other things to do.
I might have to drop shortly,
Okay.
and the timing couldn't be better because I see Rachel just joined. That's perfect.
Yes. Hey, Rachel.
Hi, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad. Yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Just in time for
So,
finals.
I hear the tournament just ended.
No. The leading into the finals. So it was quarterfinals that was just completed.
Oh,
Semifinals. Sorry, my bad.
I'm
Just in-
sorry.
Just in time for the best part, Rachel.
All right, awesome. Let's do this.
So we need a couple minutes. Well, thanks again, Workday Slacker, for chiming in and helping us out do the casting this whole weekend.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Got it.
And looking forward to seeing the final play out. But we'll definitely, you'll hear more of me hopefully if Saku is inviting me back in the future. But I really appreciated the time, and it was great.
So yeah, you're going to get punished. I'm going to have to bring you back until you are unable to endure. So
Until I am winning the Battle of the Discords on my next.
Exactly. So,
Love it. Well, good thing HS Replay is 25% off right now. I'm gonna go grab that right now.
But thanks for being here. It was so nice casting with you.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks, Hustle. I expect friend requests from me, and looking forward to chatting with you all again.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk more offline for sure.
Sounds good. Have fun with the mage this rotation.
I'm going to do my best too. have a great day.
Awesome. Bye,
Yeah.
everyone.
I think everybody is
So,
anticipating Mage to be a good one after what they saw today. So, hey, you were saying Rachel, sorry?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What kind of a mage was it?
It's sort of a what do you call it? Excavate Sith with the Khadgar
Oh.
inclusion in it, and a couple of these new minions that freeze and to give you armor. So quite a lot of
Oh.
disruptive tools to succeed against. What we saw were a lot of disruptive tools in the form of secrets and freezes to deal with the warrior matchup, and it was very effective both games.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's good to know. That's exciting.
How are you doing today, Rachel?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Doing great. Watching some awesome Hearthstone games.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
good.
So,
So who do we have up next?
we have the
Up
finals.
next in the finals, we have nobody
Wow.
going up
finals.
against Parawox. I'm sorry, nobody is Parawox, and nobody's going up against MMW.
Oh, okay. Are they both for THL?
They
Good
are.
question.
It's a THL finals.
Oh, wow.
Rigged. We get a rigged in chat.
Rigged indeed.
Yeah. But we are going to do a final draw here since, and we'll get Rachel to announce the winner. I just got to basically fix the list again. Just give me a sec here. No.
Okay.
So I'm going to share the wheel. Where did it go? Did I close it? No. Just give me a half sec here. So there's the wheel, excuse me, for our casters. I'm just making a quick adjustment to the people that are in it. And people that have already won can't win again. So
I'm sorry, can you guys hear my kids in the background?
it's okay.
I don't hear
Oh
anything.
no.
No, it's not very loud. No, it's
Okay,
very
good.
very small.
Okay.
Okay. So Rachel, we're gonna spin the wheel, and you're gonna announce who the winner is gonna be. Ready?
All right. Yeah.
Here we go. Want to thank HS Replay for providing the 8 free 1-month codes for people to use.
All right. Congratulations, Matador de Victoria 2019.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that was great.
Interesting.
Congratulations, Matador. I expect there to be another of the Tierra del Fuego community. Well done, and enjoy your 3 month of HS Replay. I suspect you'll never want to go back to the other way again.
Yeah.
All right, so that stops that. I just got to double check if with MMW to see if they're ready. And I also have to type in chat of the generals. So
Did you guys have a favorite matchup?
You know, I've loved watching this mage. I was loving Mage last expansion. It gives me a lot of hope that, we'll be able to play a little bit of that Mage some more going into this year. And I thought it's been a lot of fun, especially as it has been so disruptive of the Warriors, which we've been seeing so much of. How about you? What have you enjoyed watching from the stream yesterday, or if you've had a chance to tune in today?
I've been really enjoying the Hunter mostly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like a favor of the aggro decks, and so
Yeah, totally.
yeah, I really enjoy the Hunter right now, and yeah, I do really enjoy seeing them be able
Yeah.
to kill the warrior as well.
Yeah, it's nice to have so much diversity available between some of these control things and like the Hunter, which is so aggressive. I love that too. There's a lot for
Yeah.
everybody.
Mhm.
Uh, I think we might be able to talk about bans now if we want. I'm in their match and I see their lists, and it looks like Paladin has been banned on both sides.
yeah, both players are actually getting ready
Okay.
to start. So we're gonna have MMW to first to spectate. So it'd be at the bottom of the screen for our viewers. Top of the screen will be nobody.
Oh, and it's Hunter versus Warrior.
All right. So not the greatest offer to either side. Tormented Musician's not too bad on one, but you don't need two of them. And then not what you really want in your opener for Warrior. So I'll keep the weapon and send the rest back. Got a nice one too here on the Hunter side.
Mhm. Okay, let's is he gonna go for the Slither Spear and Sneaky Snakes?
Now, if they do want to play the Slither Spear, the order here does matter a little bit, because you could get the buff on the attack on the Slither Spear.
Oh,
They go the
yeah.
other way, but it may not matter
Yeah, I wasn't
given
sure what.
the.
Yeah, I mean, no.
What were you about to say?
Um, I guess it didn't matter which order he played it.
Yeah, it worked out to not matter given there was no interaction with it, but it's worth noting that you'll
Right.
just yell buffs when you play spells, so could have gotten yourself a little bit of an extra in the event that your opponent had something to trade into it or a weapon to attack with.
Oh, this is true, yes.
This is very aggressive here from MMW.
Yeah. Um, guess he could weapon? Start getting a little armor?
Mm-hmm. They could really use that new warrior spell that gives you armor. Costs 2, but costs 0 if you have no armor, and that will make this sanitize even more effective, although it has been forged already.
Oh, okay. Um, oh, interesting. He's gonna go for the Ziliax, I guess, instead of Rampage. To get the damage in. Oh no, not Ziliax. Okay.
They go for the hero power.
Just hero power.
Wonder if they're trying to avoid overcommitting against the warrior. You know, if they manage to clear this board with
Yeah.
it's difficult to judge against the warrior because they at any point could have just an easy clear, but if they don't and the risk pays off, suddenly they've got 15 health, but you've got that Ziliax down. But
Right.
still able to persist with this board. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah. Saddle up. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those death rattles make this board sticky, so any clear may not be able to address the minions that
Yeah.
spawn after the deaths.
Yeah, he's probably expecting the clear. But this is not a full clear. No.
Yeah, so nobody here on their back foot, low on health. They just have ways of, well, nothing in hand for armor except for that.
We can
Sanitize.
attack with a weapon, I guess, first, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do they think they can paint?
Was he like planning on drawing or?
It did seem as though they were considering that draw mechanic, and if they can
Yeah.
draw a lot and survive a turn, they may be able to stabilize with what they discover. But that is a risky move. Still,
Yeah. Maybe he was looking for aftershocks? Or,
find a little more armor, a little more card draw.
yeah.
Now here, if you're MMW, you're kind of running out of gas a little bit, so you really have to play a precarious balancing act with your remaining resources into the warrior. You're so close.
Right. I'm surprised Huh. I think he could have gotten that out for 0 mana, but he must be
Oh, you may be
saving his
right.
resources. Yeah, because he doesn't have any draw right now.
Hmm. Yeah, it seems to be management of that, knowing that your opponent can only do so much. And so at least here now you've got some, recovery on the board if your opponent does work commit to
Yeah,
control here.
exactly.
Now, 6 mana, they do
Hmm.
have Trial by Fire available, but they're going to go for the Blade Storm instead. Oh, that 5/2 makes the second Blade Storm a
Oh,
little bit less functional, unfortunately.
yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
I don't see a way out. Ugh.
yeah, and there's a concede from nobody, and we go on to game 2.
Alright.
What do you expect to see from from MMW now that they've won with their Hunter?
You know what? I actually don't have their lineups in front of me right now.
Oh, well, they've got
Um,
the Wheel of Death Warlock and the Control Warrior, the Odin Warrior,
oh, okay.
remaining.
Maybe the Wheel of Death?
Yeah, they'll be facing off against the same set from nobody. Let's see what we get here.
Yeah. Oh, it's a mirror match, huh?
Let's check. It looks like a mirror. Yeah, both Wheel of Death.
Yeah.
They look slightly different. There's a Dark Alley Pact version on MMW side and a side that seems to run more control tools. On nobody's
Okay.
side, they run more removal like Defile and Hellfire, and then on MMW side, they're running more of the big 4-cost minions to pair with the Forge of Will. So we'll see which one comes out on top.
Okay. That would be interesting to know the difference.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they go up against each other. And right now in this early game, both players just trying to draw through and set up for that big game. You really want to be the first to get the wheel up, which means they're looking for Doomkins to
Yeah.
disrupt their opponent and find their key cards.
Right.
Man, looking at these Warlock lists, it feels like every Warlock card is fun. Maybe not every Warlock card is good, but they all look fun to play. Symphony and Sargeras and
They do. It is true. They are quite fun. I'm really enjoying the Wheel of Warlock.
yeah. Have you been playing a lot of it lately?
Not a whole lot, but I was in the beginning, yeah. When
Totally.
I realized it was a really good deck right away, and yeah, I had fun with it
That's
for a while.
that's great. I haven't had a chance to pick it up yet. I'll have to try it out after this.
It is a lot of fun.
A lot of great responses to this. You can take advantage of that Mortal Coil and
E-
a bit of the rush here.
Mortal Eradication, yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Mortal Eradication.
Oh yeah.
Nice draw off the top there too.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to play that instead, but I'm not sure. I think that was a better move to remove it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Not
he does have
not
a
really what you want to see
Doomkin.
here. Oh
Don't
wow.
they
Well,
both
that
have
worked out great.
Doomkin? Yeah.
Yeah, it seems they both run Doomkin. Doomkin
Oh,
seems like a really essential card for dealing with Warrior and this mirror. It keeps your opponent low on
yes.
stuff and mana.
Mm-hmm.
They're fracking from nobody.
Siphon Soul? Oh no.
Into their own Boomkin in response.
Another Dimkin. You can make a few 8/8s. Wow.
Yeah, very threatening.
Mm-hmm. I think that he realizes at this point it's going to be all about damage. Oh,
Absolutely.
wow.
Turn 9 able to get this out. Yeah, that's good. Difficult position to be in
Mm.
now as MMW.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Doomkin's not going to do a lot to slow your opponent down at this point, as they are already on 9, so they'll stay on 9.
Yeah.
Um,
He could
doesn't
reverb
disrupt
and
the wheel.
defile and clear the board. Yeah.
Yeah, that does clear. Good sighting on that. I didn't see that.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
He's going for the big
that's
guy,
nice.
yeah. Yeah.
That's a nice discover there. Now you have that in hand for when you do manage to get wheel up, and nobody's suffering for not having their wheel in hand yet. But oh, speak of the devil.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Siphon Soul.
Oh, into movement of
Hmm.
envy to really hurt your opponent. Hope you burn
Yeah.
one of their essential cards. We're looking for wheel here. We're not going to find it, but very threatening board here from nobody.
Yeah. I think he's gonna have to Symphony of Sins maybe, or yeah,
Deal 6 to all.
Movement and Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good to find that in that discovery there.
Mm-hmm. He does have the wheel, nobody.
They do have the wheel. I wonder if the math adds up at this point. You do just want to do it, don't you?
Yeah. He also has the 14 mana, the taunt guy
That's right.
to, yeah, save himself. And the taunts from Sargeras, so
And the
yeah.
constant searchers.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's reach. And you find another 5 damage. I don't think Gul'dan's gifts will provide that.
Yeah.
You won't have the mana for
Yeah, I'm
twisting
not
either.
sure.
So many possibilities.
I don't think I see an out. You could reverb the 15/15, make a 15/15 rush, the file, and then trade one.
Oh, yeah.
That keeps you up for a turn. That also works.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So those leave you vulnerable to
oh,
12.
he doesn't want him. He doesn't want him to heal, but yeah, I think that copying that, reverbing that would have been maybe stronger.
Yeah, I think I would have liked to see that too. If it's an open deck list, you know your opponent probably has
Yeah.
Popgar. I suppose you imagine they might have burned it, but you can imagine this as being a line they take to play around, and still hard
Oh,
hard to
wow.
choose.
Yeah.
So nice way to spot the victory there, nobody, and we move on.
Yeah. Popcar.
Yeah, interesting to see that difference between the two decks. The Popgar coming out with some extra burst, extra recover too as a part of that. I like that inclusion there.
I like that inclusion too.
If I'm
I
not mistaken,
actually
Soccer,
thought
does that put
about
us at
doing
1 to
that.
1?
It does,
Oh, yeah.
yes. Yep.
Well,
You were
I
saying, Rachel?
considered putting Popgar in. Yeah, I had considered putting Popgar in my Wheel Warlock, and then I was like, no, it doesn't. It was like, nah, I'm probably not gonna need that. But now just seeing that it actually won him the game, now I'm second guessing.
Yeah, I think that sometimes as a player, when I see a card like Popgar, which has synergies with a different archetype, namely the sludges, I tend to think, well, what am I going to put Popgar in unless I'm going to put more sludges in? But Popgar just is a good card by itself.
Yeah, or if you have other fell spells, that's
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Absolutely.
You know, yeah.
Anyway, I'm excited for this matchup. We get to see how the Mage fares here against the the Warlock. I don't think we've seen this matchup yet today.
Yeah, this should be exciting.
Wow, great
So it
top
is
deck there for
currently 1 to
nobody.
1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
This strikes me as a great
he
opening
has a
hand for
good
nobody.
start.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. With the infinitize too.
Yeah, and we saw the last matchup against the Warrior. Nobody really masterfully made use of this Infinitize the Maxitude also from the very beginning. So interested to see how they navigate the Warlock matchup with this, because maybe this Crypto Reservation here isn't as necessary since you don't need to depend on freezing your opponent's face in the late game. But maybe you want it for these
Yeah,
big minions that they can play. So who knows?
yeah. Yeah, that's an advantage to have that in the beginning too, especially if you know what you're up against.
Absolutely. The start for these Warlocks tends to be so slow, but their late game is so powerful. I wonder if nobody's just going to try and beeline towards Sif and get as much damage in as possible here in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
Pouch of Coins puts them back up to 3 mana, which is an awkward line for the remaining cards in hand. But they can just coin into one, use
Yeah.
one of them, coin into the
Oh,
Infinitize.
okay. He's just saving them, I guess. No.
Hmm. Wants to get the 6 card down, get a Excavate effect, and deal some more face damage early.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Wow.
I suppose assuming that there may not be a better opportunity, the minions that come down here for Warrior or Warlock are so big that you may not be able to benefit from that damage effect later into the game.
Yeah, that's a good point. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so
Okay,
you
I
see
haven't seen
this
that
minion coming
guy
back.
yet.
Yeah,
Wow.
isn't that cool?
Yeah. Yeah, that is really cool. Doomkin,
Um,
okay.
yeah, that'll slow the mage down somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
They can continue to freeze. They have two options for that in hand that I see. One of them excavates.
Okay.
Wall,
Oh,
nice.
that's that pretty large taunt there.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Has Evasive and Reborn.
That could save him, yeah. He's
They still.
probably
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out what he's gonna do about this 8/8 in the way, but
If they used the sigil, they get +1 on each. So not be just short. Trade
yeah.
instead.
Okay.
Logan won't be able to target Fantota, unfortunately, for them.
Yeah, he can use his location again on the 8/4 and trade. It actually
Mm-hmm.
doesn't even trade. Um, he has another 8 attack. Oh, and then yeah.
Yeah, you go with Sargeras there.
Sargeras definitely. Yeah.
Now I wonder if making a 6/12 is better than an 8/4, but it won't go through the 7 health.
Yeah, then he would have to use the 3/4 up, but the stats are better.
Now, this is much harder to deal with if you're the mage.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Yeah.
more freeze
Another
effects.
excavate. Mm-hmm.
Now this casts automatically because they have enough mana to play that. And that gives them their Titan. Or their excavate payoff.
Oh, okay.
They're fishing.
Mm. Lightning storm? It's draw. Okay.
Yeah, I had my eye on Lightning Storm too, but it really would have only cleared the one minion up for the draw.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Meanwhile, MMW is still looking for Wheel. Finds another Doomkin.
Oh.
So nobody maybe needing to get lucky here off the Azurite Hawk and their own Sargeras or something.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness.
This is not Sargeras. Oh my. Oh wow.
Wow. Ain't that just the way?
Wow, that's amazing.
Well,
Huh.
if you're MMW, you're pleased that you packed Reno in this deck, but not active, so here comes Sargeras.
Mm-hmm. Sargeras.
Oh, double Sargeras in play.
Many possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Although, well, he did have another option, but might as well
What
get
did you
this
see?
out. He could have reverbed and played table flip
Ah, yeah.
and cleared. Mhm. Maybe he's
Yeah, I wonder
saving
what.
reverb for
Yeah,
something. I don't know.
yeah, could be.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right back. On the defensive if you're nobody. You do have some more frees available, but no huge body that you're worried about attacking you at the moment. Just Sargeras, which already can't attack yet.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that helps. A couple of good rolls here for nobody.
Oh. Yeah,
Now,
that geode is really strong.
I agree. It's a very powerful option to discover there off of your excavates. Rachel, do you happen to know if this
It really
Sargeras
is.
that was copied off of the
I wonder.
with the you call that the reverb, will that activate
Yeah.
for nobody's own portal, or will that work for MMW's portal, which was the Sargeras that was copied from? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Because I know if I reverb
Um,
without my own portal, it would activate for their portal, but I don't know if now that nobody has a portal, if
yeah.
it'll think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm really not sure. Huh.
If you
Because
want to have
now
even
he
more of a thinker, is the one that they copied the one that they originally copied? Is that gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. We'll learn right
I
now.
guess we'll find out with this reverb war.
All right.
Oh, it does work for his. Wow.
Yeah. So I still don't know if, since this Sargeras was a copy of their original that had been copied by nobody, nobody never got a
Yeah.
chance to play with theirs,
He
unfortunately.
never got a chance.
Well, they never
Oh,
did it, I suppose.
yeah,
They
we
made the
still
copy,
don't
but I didn't
know.
see them press the button. Yeah, shoot. I'll try it out on
Yeah,
my
I
own.
didn't
I'll
see
follow
that
back up.
either. I'm wondering if he didn't do it because either they don't know or, yeah, they didn't want to buff the opponent's board.
Yeah, it would certainly
Maybe
be a
that's
big
why he
risk
didn't.
to get it wrong, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Well,
Hmm. Oh, gain
really,
armor
yeah.
equal to its attack. Oh, wow. I like that. That's a really strong card.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anybody even talking about it until I started casting today. Very cool.
I know, I've never noticed it.
It's the Avril Lavigne of Hearthstone, Skater Boy.
Nice. All right, so back on MMW side, are you seeing anything? Got lots of options available.
Um, yeah, he has table flips. Um, he's trying to, yeah, it looks like he's trying to find the wheel. Oh, there it is.
Hesitating, which I find interesting. Wow, they forego the wheel. Oh, I'm sorry, they burned the other two.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, table flip. And the wheel. Wow. That was a good turn.
Yeah, so now nobody on the clock.
Yeah.
I haven't been counting their spell schools, but they certainly want to try and find Sif as fast as possible here. Get their spell schools up as high as they can and hope that they'll have enough to burn their opponent down.
Yeah, so it looks like he's at 4 spell schools.
Great. Well,
I
they get that freeze
believe.
off. Right now on the board, I've counted 1821.
I smell gold in them there waters.
Yes, 21, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, short of finding some burst here, there'll be another turn for nobody. You can maybe find something with the Symphony. Deal 6 to the face. Get you down a couple more.
Yeah. He could do that, or maybe it's just gonna Reno and go face. But
Absolutely.
that might be overplay.
I don't know. I like that. I quite like playing Reno here. What's your
I think
opponent?
I would do that too. Because then they can only play 1 minion next turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that might save him. Either
Yeah.
way, because I don't think that Symphony can clear this and leave his board, but
Yeah. Oh, well, they find Sif here.
okay. Yeah, it's pretty good though.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Ouchie. Oh,
Yeah.
both those men. Oh, and CAD. Oh, my
That
goodness.
was a good
Oh, and
move.
Khadgar. Oh,
That was a big smash.
mm-hmm.
Wow.
There's a lot of tools lost there by nobody. I don't know that I see a clear path to victory now, absent all of those, but you never know with this mage. This mage has lots of ways of discovering things, so maybe they can find a way out.
Another Sif.
Right.
Don't think that's possible, but
Mm.
that'd be funny if it did happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think they're on 3 for this Kobold Miner. Might be on 2. Oh, they're on 4.
Nope, another Titan.
Is it a second Sargeras? No, unfortunately. It's Agrimar.
No. Flame
Nope.
Strike?
Yeah, Flame Strike would help, but with no mana left to play it, I think it just died.
Oh, yeah.
MMW taking this game, putting them up 2-1 against nobody. Not able to get through with that mage, unfortunately.
So what do you got left for MMW?
Looks like they've got Warrior. And so we might just see the mage come right back.
Yeah.
Now we've seen nobody succeed against the Warrior twice so far today. So let's see if they can go 3 for 3. A clumsy hand offered to both players. Yeah, full mulligan on nobody's side. Much better opener there. Good cards in hand for MMW, although not a particularly nice curve, but it is Warrior, so you're usually lucky if you do.
It's nice to have the Acolyte.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But a great 1-2 here for nobody between the the 1-drop on 1 and then the audio amp on 2, giving them more space in hand and mana to play with. Really helpful. It's an awkward card because it's not the best card. It's 2 cost 2/3, but start to feel that payoff as your hand starts to fill up.
Mm-hmm. Right.
MMW willing to settle for 2. with the Acolyte. 2 draw.
Yep. Oh, I think he might just freeze it. Or no.
I don't know. They got 1 left. Let's see what they find off Discovery. Ooh, they find a second Sif with what is this called? Protocol? Creation Protocol?
Yeah. Could go for the weapon, but you could also play safety goggles and armor to draw. Stone skin armor. I think the weapon is probably a better move. I don't think he needs to draw at this moment, but
I agree. I like the weapon here. You got 2 of them. May as well start
yeah.
generating some armor, dealing with your opponent's board, or knocking them down a little bit if you like. You always have, and then the stone skin armor.
Right.
You'll be able to activate that with the swing of the weapon next turn anyway. Your hand's pretty full, so I think you're right about that. They seem to agree.
Mm-hmm.
Job done.
You see anything here for nobody, Rachel?
I'm having a hard time remembering what that 3-drop is. I think that summons a 3-mana minion or a 4-mana minion.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating not to be able to read those, isn't it? But
Yeah.
so they'll get a pop.
I do like just the 1-drop to discover a 2-cost card.
Mm-hmm. Do you want extra secrets or extra excavate? Assuming that they forged, which it looks like they did, and it seems like they're gravitating towards the Blast Mage Minor, but secrets are also very nice, especially against the warrior.
Yeah. I think they're planning on drawing. Oh, fizzle. Yeah, I guess this is a good hand to fizzle for with all the armor for an extra, end game.
Yeah, that'll be nice to have to back you up, and also those Garrosh's gifts. Give you some flexible removal, so having a couple more of those available to you.
Yeah.
All right, mirror image on this. Easy enough to deal with if you're the warrior.
Okay. Shield block. Yep.
Nice. Good to find
Maybe
that
play
Acolyte
the
too with the
totem and
Aftershocks in
clear.
hand.
Oh, he's going to Blade Storm.
And you want to get Khadgar off the board. And no mana left. It's going to be a little bit of
He
damage here
doesn't
from
attack.
So I think they've got mostly a full hand, so that'll be 9 or 10 damage. 9 damage. And roll up another mirror image. It sees the weapon and says, here's some taunts.
Yeah.
A little early on that snapshot draw,
Acolyte.
unfortunately.
Yeah. Hmm. How many cards does he have? 9.
Hand
I
size
think I
sounds a little
would just
tricky.
attack that and then lay the totem, maybe? Yeah.
Nice, yeah. They agree. Still no Odin for MMW, so they're looking for Odin next turn, or
Mm-hmm.
second excavate here for nobody. Oh, and now at risk of burning their Odin.
Oh, yeah. Too many cards.
So fingers crossed.
Okay. Oh, he has an execute or
There's a Blade Storm.
okay, Bladestorm. I don't know if I would draw anymore. I would probably just lay the weapon.
Yeah, that puts them at 10,
He's
so they're
looking
forced to
for,
play.
yeah. Yeah, you might just play both of the 1-drops here. Nope.
Get a riff into the pool for when they're able to finale with the second riff. Oh, but look at this. Taking advantage of this canary to try and force another
Oh,
burn.
oh, yeah. That's why I was thinking the weapon, because, oh boy.
All right. Okay.
What's the secret? Counterspell. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. MMW's warrior having a hard time against this mage. We saw it twice before, and really, you know, they
Yeah.
can stall out, but they're having to sacrifice some of these important spells.
Mm-hmm. And nobody does have Sif.
Oh yeah, well spotted.
I don't see any damage spells though. I mean, except for the snake oil.
5 cards left in deck for MMW.
Huh.
With any luck, they'll find their win condition here. Still no.
Oh my goodness. No.
No Odin.
He's disappeared.
See you guys coming down here. Let's see.
That's Counterspell and Azurite Vein.
Mm-hmm. Azurite Vein, which I believe adds to your hand a copy of a card your opponent plays on the turn it enters their hand. Wow, still no Odin for MMW.
Mm-hmm.
How frustrating.
I know. I can't believe this. 2 cards left. I wonder, is he going to Reno? But then he loses his armor.
Oh, what bad luck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looks at Reno after all.
Hmm.
This also prohibits a Sif reverb. Excuse me, a Sif reverb turn. If there's only space for one of them.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wonder if the mage can freeze the warriors from attacking.
Well, the crypto preservation, which they have on the far left, is one way of doing that. I think they may have already used one other.
Yeah, I was not sure if they had any in their hand.
Frozen Over
That's
is
what it is
very
on the left.
interesting. They only have 2 cards left, and they can't play them next turn if they rip that.
Oh,
Second Infinitize.
was that the Death Knight spell, the draw spell?
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nobody reading that Odin must not be in hand, preventing their opponent from playing another turn with it. Wow.
Oh, wow. Wow. They just
Really
have
tricky
so much
position.
armor though, and then they have that snapshot full of more armor. I would
Mhm.
probably just armor up right now.
Yeah, I agree. You're able to buff this guy up and clear the opponent's minion, create some space for that snapshot, and
Yeah.
hope that you can set up in a future turn with Odin and survive long enough to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Test for the armor there. Do they have
Oh,
the burst to get to 30?
they have reverb. Oh, they have 2 reverbs. Um,
It's 12. All right, we're gonna learn what this spell does. Wow.
oh.
Oh, and then with the fatigue.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Heads
wow.
heads up by nobody spotting that lethal. I was surprised that they went without having it all the way, and they found it. Well done.
Game 5,
Yeah.
anybody?
Game 5, baby.
All right. This have been some really
Oh,
good games.
now the mirror.
So it's all about who gets Odin first, isn't it?
I think so. I think get Odin fast, win the game.
Just want to take a brief.
Notably,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, go on.
I was just going to say, I want to take a brief moment here to thank everybody for joining in, to all the players kicking into this tournament. Want to also appreciate HS Replay for giving us the free goods. And no, we didn't do it very much, but we want to thank Blizzard also for giving us the prize pool, and Dankestad contributing both. Really helps us out, give us the players something to fight for. And yeah, thanks to all the communities that were joining Battle of the Discord this week.
Yeah, thanks for the communities. Thank you, Saku, and the rest of the board and participants in making this happen. It's a lot of fun for the community to have a space to compete, and also to have a place like this to come and spectate, and we cast and talk about the game. So thank you.
Yeah. I really appreciate it too. This was a lot of fun. Sometimes I kind of like this more than playing the game at the moment.
I feel that way too quite often. I love casting.
This is kind of more fun than playing.
There's no pressure.
All right.
No pressure
Yeah.
to play, right?
Right.
Lots of opportunities to learn. All right, but we're in here. Let's talk about the game as it's going on now. And both players just trying to set up, I think. Great offer to have 2 Needle Rock totems here for MMW. That's very strong. We'll save one. Just draw 2. Before I meant to point out that of note is that nobody is not running Reno in their version of this warrior, whereas MMW does have Reno available to them.
Oh, okay. There's nobody running the boom boss.
I do not see Boom Boss in nobody's list. Everything looks mostly the same.
Oh, really?
I wonder what they're doing instead of Reno. Looks like
Interesting. I've noticed that nobody's lists are usually slightly different than everybody else.
That's interesting. Yeah, it looks like they're running Trial by Fires. MMW is not running Trial by Fires. Now here on turn 3, I could play one of these rifts to draw.
Yeah.
Lots of card draw available for MMW, which is a kind of advantage in the mirror. And management becomes a little bit more difficult, but
Yeah.
here, have some more card draw.
I'm just trying to figure out exactly what kind of a deck nobody is playing. Is that an excavate card? I can't.
They run rifts, it looks like, whereas their opponent has Verse Rift, but not the Rift package. So from nobody, they've got Chorus Rift, Verse Rift, and Bridge Rift. None of those are represented.
Okay.
Only Verse Rift is represented in MMW, is what I see.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
He's got some full hand here, so
Yeah, with so much card draw, I wonder if you can start dumping some of this control. Because you're playing another warrior, you don't necessarily expect a lot of board threat. But they found a way to play this hand.
Okay, he can Verse Rift now. Yeah. That was a good move. I didn't see that.
I didn't notice it either. Now they can choose weapon or Ignis.
Oh, it's Ignis. Okay.
Wow, they got everything you want off of Ignis. 10 cost, Wind Fury, armor gain. That's exactly what you want to see with that weapon.
Really?
Well, in warrior, I mean. Other classes, maybe not so much.
Yeah. Maybe trade these heavy plates. Try to find Odin.
They're much further through their deck, so they're much closer to that outcome. Neither player with Odin yet.
Mm.
Hmm.
Okay. Shield Slam.
There is more draw available to nobody. Weapon still up too. They could weapon and draw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, short of, I think, getting lucky and finding Odin just earlier in their deck, MMW is much closer to finding that card, getting that condition set up, but still
Yeah.
some room to go.
Oh, there's Fizzle. It's not a bad idea. It's quite a large hand to Fizzle, but
Mm-hmm.
oh, there's the weapon.
Solves the problem for you a little bit.
Yeah.
What to do with this hand. I'd love to see MMW come out and just devalue like these sanitizers, for example, that are taking up space and are
Yeah.
kind of too expensive to make use of with Odin, but it's also hard to find a good moment to do that.
Mm-hmm. Is this a 3-mana riff, I believe?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Considering safety goggles.
Okay.
On up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right on
Oh,
8.
there's Odin. He played him real quick.
That's exactly what you want to draw there. So
Mm-hmm.
now nobody's got to survive.
Yep. I'm just not really sure his plan. I guess it's to, with the weapon, the Wind Fury.
Mm-hmm. Right now it seems to
But
be let's
he
try
has
and get out of range. Mm-hmm. Go on.
yeah. So I guess yeah, he's gaining armor. I think it's going to be hard to remove all of MMW's armor though with the weapon.
Yeah, I agree. This now it puts nobody in a pretty precarious place. MMW with
Yeah.
lots of ways of using armor, and also with Fizzle in hand, able to even send some of that back into the deck for later if they want.
Yeah. I think I would play the Acolyte and maybe a removal spell, but definitely want Fizzle now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I would Fizzle that.
Yeah, that's my inclination too. I don't see the numbers in hand to overcome nobody's health at the moment. Running out of
Right.
time.
Exactly. That's why I'm thinking he's gonna have to Fizzle, but
right at a time. I'm gonna just make a call and decide to just get some damage in here.
Okay, he wants to armor.
Well, it's a little bit awkward for nobody. You find your win condition, but now you're in a really vulnerable position.
He does have Odin.
Oh, is that not what he just
Is
drew
this?
off the top?
Yeah. Yeah.
And decides to just try and pack some armor on instead and hope.
Yeah.
Let the pain speak to me.
Oh, now he wants to
Mm-hmm.
fizzle. I see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I was looking for this Reno and the rest of the armor and removal.
The thing to be mindful of, though, is I believe that the snapshot spawns from the left to the right, so it will prioritize Sanitize, Bladestorm, Sanitize, and Acolyte. So having hand space, I think, will matter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Great recovery here from nobody, and also sets them up for a really powerful Odin. Your opponent's not been able to get the numbers, so maybe this is fine. Man, a lot of that armor's in the snapshot now.
Huh. I think I would just armor here.
I like the armor here. I like getting the Acolyte
Or
out
is he
of your
trying to make...
hand.
Yeah, he's trying to make hand space, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, will Odin be enough here? It's going to be at least another 11. Oh, you got the 2. Oh, boy.
Oh, and
Oh,
he
but
has
they're
the
up at
weapon
like
already.
86.
Yeah. Oh,
Oof. Will Reno be enough? Another 5 armor. You're at 83.
I'm wondering... No, I don't think he has lethal right now.
Yeah, I like Bladestorm here. Open up more space in your hand.
Mm-hmm. Or he might be trying to go for all the damage right now because he does have a snapshot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Using that Sanitize. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot more
Yeah.
armor still to come here from nobody. Plus the Wind Fury. Will that be enough to get to 86? We'll have to get up to 42,
Mm.
43.
Sanitize, okay. Oh.
About another 8 on top of that.
Yeah.
Wow. Very, very close.
Mm-hmm. I think I would dump the hand
Mm,
and then play snapshot with play the Blade Storm and the Aftershocks.
yeah, you certainly don't need that removal. Sanitize might be a little bit too expensive
No.
here. You at 31, maybe a little bit worried about what your opponent can do to you.
Yeah. And he has Reno, so
Hmm. Yeah, this strikes me as right. I think you can probably safely snapshot now. You might lose one or two things, but
yeah. I don't think I would play the Acolyte.
I agree. Yeah, just as much armor as you can squeeze in here. But less armor than they might have hoped for. Now just only Insanitize, Reno, and the last weapon.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't really get too much armor spells.
Yeah, unfortunate. So now, can they get there? They're suffering from fatigue.
I'm not sure. This is like coming down to the
I'm sure it
very
is.
end.
And then, we're gonna go ahead and get these forged up for the armor, additional armor gain.
Yeah.
All you can do is keep pushing, hoping it's enough.
Mm-hmm. Course Riff.
I don't know if there are any other minions left in nobody's deck. I don't see. Maybe another Stoneskin Armorer, but they've used their Ignis and their Odin.
Right.
They too seem low on armor.
Trial by Fire. Yeah, just too bad he doesn't have anything to damage the Trial by Fire.
Yeah. Deciding to wait.
Oh, he does have Shield Slam? He does have Shield Slam.
Little armor gain here. Oh, it's not the hero power you want though. You don't want any card draw. That's the one you
No.
want.
Oh wow, I think
Fatigue might be the thing that wins the game for nobody here. Are they going to draw?
yeah, that's what I can't believe how much armor he had and now
Gonna destroy their own minion.
oh,
For the
to
finale effect, I
finale.
see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clock's running out for MMW here. I'm running out of road. I can see them navigating. Hanging in there though. 2 sanitizers left.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, here comes the rifts.
Nobody making sure not
Oh,
to
but he
overcommit
does
to
have
whatever.
sanitize.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And a 3-3. Wow, this is very close, truly. Numerically may feel a little bit more distant, but
Yeah.
this was really quite the. This is like as close as you can get in a warrior.
I know.
4 cards each. Says it all, right?
Wow. Yeah, they're both playing to the bottom. But with that, I think that'll be enough, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Play to
Wow.
the end.
Wow.
Incredible. 5 games, finals, Warrior Mirror, both players without cards in their deck. Well done. Congratulations to nobody.
Yeah.
Well played, MMW. Really, really excellent series. A lot of fun to watch.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that was super exciting.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Pairwalks.
Huge win. Parawalks 2 with that mage coming in clutch, particularly against the Warriors. Didn't see anyone else in day 2 bring that. I'm not sure if there were others in the first day, but really interesting and so excited to see that representation. And I hope lots of us go and try it out on ladder.
Yeah, on ladder, and if you are part of the whole THL experience there with playing with a bunch of teams, it's going to be a hot topic, I think, to figure out for the upcoming season, to figure out what people are going to do since they've seen what Mage can disrupt Warrior quite a bit. So, but that wraps it up for everybody here. Any final words from either of you before we shut down the stream?
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for this opportunity. This was a lot of fun, and thanks for all the hard work you've done, Saku.
You guys do the hard
Thank you so
work.
much.
I'm just pressing buttons.
Oh, we just do what we love.
I press buttons and press letters. You can start now. There.
Well, it's a pleasure. So thank you, everybody. Remember, there's a sale right now for HearthstoneReplay.net. Definitely a great tool set. Definitely a great resource for anybody who wants to just figure their game out a little bit more. So check that out. And thank you to all of the people who made this possible, of the THL and other server communities who participated and organized things. It's so much fun for all of us in the Hearthstone community, and we're so excited to participate in these.
100%. So just a reminder for the THLers out there, there is going to be a reveal stream next weekend. It's going to be on a Saturday, the 30th, so it is on Easter weekend, and the 31st. So the Wild and Pro Series is going to hopefully be around 9 p.m. Eastern to show off who's on the Wild and Pro Series teams. And then Sunday we're rolling in with Hero and Legacy Series team reveals as well. So also at 9 p.m. Eastern. And with the season starting on April 1st. No, that's no joke. I said April 1st. So
Very exciting.
should be fun. So, all right. Thanks again, everybody tuning in. Thanks to all the casters that were able to make it this weekend. Appreciate your time and efforts and insight. And we will see everybody on ladder. Take care.
Bye-bye.
See you later.